107.5 FM. New, urban, ethical, authentic, sports, entertainment, something for the old, something for the new, something for everybody in between. We leave nothing untouched. We are Spoon 107.5 FM.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, South Man, on the beat.
To get your information, to the spoon to be part of action. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, moreover, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vanjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat about gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a nose of the to spoon. Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, I want it. Yes, I want it. Spoon entertainment.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, right at the South Man, on the beat. To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of action. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon.
You want to get a news update, my brother, don't you spoon. You want to know what is happening, my brother, don't you spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just don't you spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, don't you spoon. Yeah, don't you spoon. Yeah. Just spoon. You provide them to just spoon. Yeah, to just spoon. Every keep on regular, my brother, to just spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to just spoon. Yeah, to just spoon. You want to get a nose up there, to just spoon. Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? It's not about it. TV. It's not about it. Listen. TV.
Yes, I. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy. On the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to get my spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. You just spoon, you ain't know. The children crying for starvation, just don't spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, don't spoon. You want to know what is happening, my brother, don't spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just don't spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. You provide them, Maryland, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. Every keep on regular, my brother, don't spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. You want to get a nose up there, don't spoon. Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? It's not about it. It's not about it.
Virtual DJ. Yes, I. A special one from the CEO, standing with the spoon. And your boy, right in the South, man. Projects on the beat. On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of action. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon. I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia.
15 minutes up to 8 p.m. here in Liberia.
In Africa.
Today is Sunday, the 26th day of April 2026. Slowly but surely, we're creeping into the month of May. That's 4 days to go, and then we'll say bye-bye April and welcome the month of May. Wherever it is you're listening to us from, I love to say welcome to you. Those of you listening to us across Liberia, we're live on Spoon 107.5 FM, Fabric 101.1 FM, Voice of Liberia 104.5 FM, and a host of other stations relaying us all across Liberia. We're also live on the internet via our various Facebook outlets, Super TV, Fabric TV, Spoon TV, and on YouTube. For those of you who enjoy watching us on YouTube, our YouTube handle is Spoon Talk, so you can definitely listen to us via our YouTube channel. My name is Diamond Slanger. I'm producing tonight. Welcome to tonight's edition of One-on-One with the CEO, the former CEO, Mr. Stanton Alexander Witherspoon Sr., lead moderator of this program. He's definitely going to join us later on.
What I want.
Hope you had for yourselves a wonderful Sunday. For those of you in Liberia, that is already night time. And for those of you other parts of the world, hope you're having for yourselves a wonderful afternoon or morning, evening, wherever it is you find yourself. What we usually do on the program, the first 30 minutes, we allot that time to Liberians home and abroad to call us up and let us know what's on their minds. So we'll definitely go to the phone lines at about this time and hear from Liberians what's on their minds. So what's on my mind? And then I'll go to you. Or better still, what's on your mind? And I'll tell you what's on my mind. All right, but let's go to the phone lines now. 0777-771075, 0555-101075. Those are the numbers to call. 0777-771075, 0555-101075. Call us up 1 minute per caller, please. So go straight to your point. Please do that so that we can allow others the opportunity to call in as well. If you go longer than the 1 minute, we'll have to let go of you and allot the time to others. Hello, your name and where you calling us from, please?
Thank you very much, Damos Lankan, and good evening to my Spoon FM family, and good evening to my peace-loving people of the Republic of Liberia. The name remain constant at Pangso AF Kamal this beautiful sunny evening. Brother Diamond, I want to be very bold to Unity Party-led government and his lieutenants that the opposition unity will be ever more than before. It
Mm.
will be formidable in the sense that because of the mistakes, the incompetency of the led government, the 42-year experience, they proved to us that he got it. He's going to bring the expertise on the table to
Okay,
transform
Alfonso.
also this country. And we were telling that 2029 is the ball game.
Oh,
Mr.
no.
Edison Bene Kumi is the best manager ever in the world, going to replace the incompetent Pape
Thank you.
to be president.
Thank you.
So we're going to be setting the goal on 2029 to remove them.
All
So
right,
they
my
are
man. We
very
hear you now. Like
incompetent.
1 minute per caller, Alfonso. Keep some for
Okay,
tomorrow.
thank you. Let me get away to order.
Yeah,
That's
thank
all
you.
I have to tell them. They will
Thank
be
you.
defeated 2029.
Thank you, Alfonso. Message well taken. 077771075 055101075. That's Alfonso E.S. Camara. Now you get the station number on speed down. Yeah, probably even calling since 7 o'clock. Let's take this person here. Hello.
Hello, Prince. I'm trying to call it from Pablan.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, and this is my message to Gregor Common and all the fraternity brothers from America that is currently working in the Latin government. They will fight, but they will never overcome this country. All this was on recording today. They are evil. They are planning to overcome this country for evil purposes. It will never work. The world that they have set up, they have part up, it will never work, and they will never overcome this country. Like Burkina Faso, God is going to fight for us, and we will overcome them. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's take this next person here. Hello.
How are you? How are you?
I'm fine, sir. You're live. Please go ahead.
Come on, this is Danuwadi Pay from 540 Congo Town.
You're welcome, Mr. Pay. Please go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, you see, Yaga now is out of the area now. And the Guinean are stay on our border. You see, then what are we thinking about now? We need to be thinking about how to solve this problem, how to even investigate those guys who caused the problem for our area. I believe somebody is the cause. Somebody should be the cause of that problem at the Guinea border. So we need to investigate. It can't just be lying down while Yaga is gone. We know that Yaga is gone. So we need to investigate to find out who are those that did it act.
Thank you, Mr. Pay.
My brother.
All right. Kaliwali Pay there. Another regular listener and caller. We take this next person. Hello. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Damo.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you calling us from?
Man, is Peter today. Come on in you as radio man calling from PV.
Go ahead, radio man.
Yeah, Damo, what's on my mind? Let me say, Bravo, the FNSA president, Joseph Liman Bogasino, at least the diplomatic means using to Guinea border, it already had the border between Lova and
Senior, Joseph Liman Boga Senior.
Yeah, the president of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Liman Bogasino, the greatest president of the Republic of Liberia, the only president that in public service. President Boga, there were Liberian people that were not from the opposition, only one for President Boga, they say, oh, yes, they go over there, go attack. At the end, they say, oh, honor President Boga regime, warfare between Liberia and Guinea. And we don't want that.
Okay.
President Boga, they use the diplomatic means. The opposition want to loot, and they want for President Boga to use it for President Boga. Do it.
Thank you.
In TV, get the power, but you can't do that. You have to use the diplomatic means. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Let's take this next person here. Divergence of views. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you calling us from?
The name is Nathaniel King, and I join you from the Bowery Highway.
Go ahead, Mr. King.
Yeah, thank you very much. I have serious discussions. It's looking troubling for a near future, and we hope that go into the situation. It's all about our legislators, those representatives that will vote as our lawmakers. They're actually, at the strap as a hard man, for the special, at the strap as a man. Those who take money to do anything to bring chaos to anything life on human beings. Because can you imagine if they are taking money, continuously taking money to do your act at the house of legislator, it's actually troubling.
So you calling what the hammer?
To remove the Ekoluba. Can you imagine that? We have a reason. And then they took money to remove from speaker, get over. It's actually troubling.
Okay.
They can take money to do anything.
So why you call it high man for? Like high man, I used to be scared when we was small.
Yo, I want to describe it.
Black Jeep high man.
Yeah, they are high man.
All right, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Let's take other callers. Thank you. Your point is well taken. They call it legislator high man. You know, the time was small. The high man come here, then you know, you be running. Say, don't get in Black Jeep. Or remind me of the girl who said the Black Jeep allegedly kidnapped, and then there's the Black Jeep being kidnapped. Yeah, you know, well, coming out is a top. Yeah, for the Black Jeep. This time, a Black Jesus stop riding and be running the gangs. What's up, Doctor? How you doing?
Damo, what's up?
All right.
Yeah. How you doing? How you doing, Damo?
Yeah, all right. Thank God.
I'm still waiting, Damo. I'm still waiting. I heard that you guys got an interview tomorrow. You'll be asking the Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn some questions on national security. He have to declassify issues of national security. He got to talk about Putu Martin, who they giving it to. Liberia have to own Putu Martin, and they shouldn't give it to anyone. He also got to talk about whether he know anything about Yeke remover. We're hearing that he paid the money. It was on him. We also got to talk about his path for 2029. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. What's going on with our yellow machine? The Jeremiah Kuhn made a yellow machine to stop in articles.
I'm trying to rework on the upper right side.
Where they say SAW. Where you from?
Okay. Oh, Stanton Alexander Witherspoon. Okay.
Yeah. Let me tell you about Jeremiah Kuhn.
Yeah, I look at. That's why I wanted to say initially the beauty of your shirt. That suit.
The purple suit. Oh. Yeah.
You can go ahead. I just want to compliment your shirt.
No. Do it to distract. Tell me about well on my shirt. Well on my shirt are important. That well on my shirt important. You were coming on spoon with graving. You need to answer some hard questions. You know, ain't no Michael, right?
I've been in the internet. So I can't on your internet.
I'm not hearing you.
I know, but
you try to keep me up because I know. And to tell you the truth, though, what was the game plan of Unity Party that they would just go after everybody and execute them and eliminate them and imprison them? What's the game plan? What are they thinking about? What's the game plan here? And I just want to say, listen, man. Hey, Damon, a beautiful Sunday today. I know you're trying to look at my proper suit to change the conversation, but hey, hey, the other guy. I've been calling the man, sending money, the man I answer. Now on the show, you calling me back.
And I saw her all Damon question and asking how you doing. I was your
but you see the question what talk about we're gonna sue in like you see that question?
Yeah, the question.
We're gonna sue you if you let chicken feed.
Yeah, I let you too. Well, when China, that restaurant went to eat China, food.
Yeah. Say you feel I'll go on such a national stage and go make joke like I've been making jokes before.
I saw your question. I look at your question right now. How you doing?
I don't.
How you feel as a vice president? Are you enjoying it? Is the president?
Yes, like the way I used to play your interview. Then sorry, it doesn't work like that no more. Yeah,
I'll watch you tomorrow.
See, I can't break it in there.
I'll down with the bomb.
I said I used to play the interview like chicken feet. Yeah, which type of style of chicken feet you like? Did I do
Well, when China, that restaurant, had a yellow machine, you get the best yellow machine ever in the history.
You know the restaurant you took us to VP when we went to China for the yellow machine? How you call that restaurant name again? One time.
You gotta look at serious interviews, chicken feet.
And there's softball question there.
But Kev, we can swap places. Say you won't go ask the say you don't
man, now you work there. Now you work there, not my work.
That one will respect you that you work, but you allow man to cross the line and take interview for from outside of his comfort zone, the Liberian people will hear the truth.
But let me speak to my selection.
No, Damo, you don't have to, Damo, no, Chief, we're baking you back.
No, we want to hear your question. We want to hear your question. No, we're saying
the messenger in the blue suit, with the SAW on it. He trusts me so much, and he knows that I will deliver. So why are you cheating, Kev? Why?
My man, the question I've seen here that you put in there, change some of that question.
I read the question in cursive or manuscript. Please, my question.
Man, I tell you, let's change it.
But I want to say, listen, tomorrow will be a great one. I'm happy that Damo is on the team, and thereafter Jeremiah Kun will do his round to come around to meet, have an interview on other podcast. He should, by the way. The president running away from interview, President Joseph Boakai never had a genuine interview. Can you imagine that? The president is scared. He meet people at the airport and take 1 or 2 questions. They just flank him and say, go ahead. The president needs to really sit down and have some serious interview about the country. You can't come to America and say the country is doing better. The country is not doing better. The people are suffering in Liberia. And if somebody got to remind the president. So you're going to send your deputy? That's fine. But don't say in the lion's den. This lion can chew. He's saying the lion's den, he will talk, but make him talk all. We got to ask him some hard question. Don't go ask no softball question, made-up question. And I respect Damo. He's one of the best. I respect the other guys. Kevin Deming, Clarence. What's the guy name? Clarence who?
Clarence Jackson.
Clarence Jackson. These guys they are veterans. They are the best. I respect them. But take Jeremiah Kun from the comfort zone. Let President Boakai in second answer the Liberian people what he did with the $10 million investigation from Lofa. You think that thing to go say, I know about it, but I know about it. Have you done an investigation? Let President Boakai can answer some hard question about things in his government. Every day, the puppet Donald Trump asks answering question. Every day he answering question. He didn't care, he would answer. Then Joseph Boakai asked 1 or 2 questions. You say, Papa, let be so let go. You think that you say, oh yeah, Joe, I couldn't talk to the prayer. He never used to answer question. But now that Joseph Boakai answering question, we'll tell the president he need to answer some serious question. You don't have to come to spoon, but you need to answer some serious question. People backing door, don't pay attention. You call your citizen door. That only parable. God are making new land. That only But we say this thing over and over, and people say, well, send them what you want. I want President Boakai to do better. I want President Boakai to do better. That's all I want. Like I told him, I don't need a job or anything in the government, but he got to try to change. The country is suffering. The country is suffering seriously. And the president got to do something. All right? If the president failed to change and do that which is right for the country, I can say to all Liberians, President Boakai will be a one-term president. He will be. We pray to God that God gave him long life. He will live another 100 years old. He will be a one-term president. He got to change things. He got to change course. Let me just remind Liberia, look at Bowman, China Union. They are refusing to pay the dues that is on the MDA. China Union refusing. Can you imagine that? Because people in government, lawmakers are telling China Union not to pay, and they're giving their advice. The Nigerian Ecomo guy, Owakaduku, what's his name? Ninga, whatever his name is. The one you said that you're tourism bull. The man got consultancy contract with China Union, send CDC town. Stay active. They are taking money from China Union, telling China Union, so we know the loophole for you now to pay. These are grave allegations. For the family, is getting money from China Union. These allegations are huge. James Colette, all of them that form part of Bon County, they're eating from China Union. So they tell the China Union, say, don't pay this one, they want. How can you turn against your own country? And now we're talking about Putu Martin. Why should this government even settle to give Putu Martin? And this is big. You told some Indian Arab people. Why? Planet One. Can we just give the Russian people the 40 or $50 million they want and own this Putu Martin? Liberians should own it. and found a right deal to make millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. Who begging for 3% royalty? Like play Diamond Care Jeremiah Coon, B Martin. That one they didn't care Jeremiah Coon that Diamond. I care for me to say that. But can you imagine that? I mean, what a disgrace. We failed on the agreement with Asala Mitar. We failed on the agreement with Western Cluster. B Martin, we failed. Then I put 2 Martin here on get out free. The government can fund $40 million to own the asset back, to take it back from the Russian. Those guys are on sanction. They are on sanction. Even if you get some good leader in Liberia, they will just do everything, not to even pay them. And we take back that Puerto Martin. It belongs to the Liberian people. You know what, $60 million to get there, then the people there, they can't even declare what they get. Sherry Abdullah saying, I get the money. Sherry Abdullah got to show the money and own it. So have the government made up the mind to recommend who to the president? Planet One, Dew Mason on the group, Walter McCarthy on the group. Who going to eat Puerto Martin? Why are people so against Liberian own? Amen. That's what we can every day to tell my people. Yellow machine has leave halfway. Yellow machine coming to start halfway. Damo, what because Damo, you want to channel for yellow machine. Why our yellow machine leave halfway? Damo, why? Damo, why the yellow machine leave halfway?
So it's a perfect opportunity tomorrow to ask the vice president who is the head of the procurement. He's oversaw the entire process, and he will speak to that tomorrow. Where's the yellow machine process? Where's the rest of the yellow machine consignment that were to arrive in the country? You know, that's the opportunity. Hence, I'm on the panel tomorrow, and that's one of the questions on my mind, you know, to ask him concerning where we are when it comes to the deployment of the yellow machines. We saw an allotment in the supplementary budget for the Special Presidential Coordinating Committee and all of that. So that's one question that I'm definitely going to ask, or someone on the panel is also thinking about asking the VP on tomorrow. Also, Putu, you know, want to know the status of that as well. Where are we? What's the government's plan concerning that? So there are other things I want to talk about that's key on my mind, and I'll definitely ask those questions tomorrow. And the vice president, I'm sure he will answer those questions. Liberian people need answers from him as well. So, Kev, if I know it was all a joke, you know, but we don't joke when these opportunities.
Honestly, I was joking with you.
I know.
I know you're one of the best. You're one of the best. But the people want to know why Ivory Coast? Why Ivory Coast? So they told us that in 2 weeks, the ship is on the water. In 2 weeks, we'll receive the balanced yellow machine. After 2 weeks, after a month, they say it's in Ivory Coast. Why is it in Ivory Coast? Why Ivory Coast? So these are questions they need to answer. The whole yellow machine is something not looking correct. It's not right. The story not adding up. 50 million for maintenance. You buy 20 million, 20 something million. You spend 50 million for maintenance, and now it gone back to the 80 to 90 million. You know, and nothing. So it's an opportunity for the vice president to explain to the people. So other thing is the yellow machine in the hands of the vice president now? Does he know all the details? He should know, because we will not take it and say, "Oh no, it's in the hands of other people and others." We will not take that answer. He got to tell us, because everything now is about almost 80 something 90 million for the yellow machine. 50 million for maintenance. Goodness. So why you couldn't just buy the quality material, the quality yellow machine for less than that? Or ABK, who he's a Liberian, brought in yellow machine Caterpillar before in Liberia that this government is using from the last government. Why ABK not bringing quality in? Why they took it from ABK? Okay, You bring some standard machine, and you have to pay more for maintenance. This is crazy. This is crazy business, and I think we have a government that don't know exactly what they're
Well, Kev, that has always been your analysis, your belief. I cannot speak contrary to that. But the fact that tomorrow we will have a conversation, and I'm privileged to form part of the panel tomorrow. Having been, following the issues in Liberia, we will ask the tough questions, the questions that need answers.
I believe you actually the tough question.
The fact that the vice president has availed himself to this interview, I'm sure he's prepared to take all of the questions from the panel on tomorrow. So we look forward to forming part of that engagement. The show is underway. So he's back, and then we can continue the program as the rest of the guys join us on the show.
No, sorry, man. Your picking leave. I just came and say, only person you want to see in the house that is grandpa, and I have to leave. Yeah. Whew. But I want to say yes, indeed. I got Dizo coming on. Dizo was a former Minister of Youth for Sport will be joining us in a few minutes. Kefiko Hassan is good to talk to you. Damo Slanger, you were out yesterday recruiting some group of men, getting ready to be part of the AFL, right? And I saw you late this morning, like 4 something this morning, maybe 2 a.m. my time. I was like, Damo, are you okay? What's going on? But then when I followed the story, people are willing to join the AFL, and that's a good thing. And I think what you did was great, Damo. I believe in that terrain, you got place there to sleep. So it was good that you went that far.
Look, anybody who will follow your
the video operation, you are called
so you're making a flashing. You're flashing. So he's that flashing. You see me I yell, then he call up.
Winner. So I will be on operation as you claim. There, I will put live in the terrain on operation. Who does that?
No, because Damo, that let go. So we're talking about, right? Damo, how did you do the Putu Martin courage? Who all you went with to Putu Martin to do?
Employees of Spoon.
You may tell
I need to mute myself because I don't want people to hear what I was saying. Look at the man. Let me ask the man one more time. Damo, who are you went with? Look at the man face. Let's leave it here. No problem. Dizo, what's up, Dizo?
Hey, not much saying. What's up? What you got, Kefigo?
Yes, sir.
Diamond, how you all doing, man?
I'm good, Minister. How are you, sir?
I'm all right.
Dizo, you said you played the fifth the last time when I asked you about opposition unity and Joe Manawea being the head, and you say you played the fifth. Why are you running away from the Joe Weah story as coming back to government? What are your concerns when you talk about former President George Manawea? Are you guys not talking no more? Are you in Chemney with him? When last you spoke to him?
Stand on. George Manawea is my friend, and we all will be friends. We are in a football fraternity. All I can tell all those people that Basi Gia and those that can be attacking yoga wasting your time. Because when we're ready to wine and dine, we be all be sitting in the back of the seat. So don't get between George and I. He is my friend. He remain my friend. I'm not prepared at this time to delve into politics in Liberia.
My question to you is that you still talk to the former president, right? That's all me.
Say that again.
You still talk to the former president, correct?
He and myself, I spoke on 2024.
Oh, over 2 years?
Yes.
Have you reached out to him, or you want him to reach out to you? Which We should switch.
Well, I've made several. I've made a lot of contacts. Even on his birthday, I reached out to him to say happy birthday. He didn't respond to me, and I leave it like that. Maybe he's busy. It's nothing personal in my view. Maybe he's busy, and that's fine. I mean, before he appointed me as Minister of Youth and Sports, he and myself had not spoken in 3 years. Not that we're beefing, it's just that everyone was busy. So I don't see it anyhow. One of these days, maybe we reconnect, but I'm not taking it personally. He's my friend. He will always be my friend, despite the fact that I have my own views on things that he may disagree with. The same way I myself may disagree with him on a lot of things. But one thing, we have mutual respect for each other. And I leave it at that.
This is what we say. It's good to have you on Spoon, man. Like always,
Thank
we
you.
do appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I see my own friend Jeru, the CDJ.
I'm going to ask the former president, Dr. George Manoia, why he have not spoken to you since 2024, and if he willing to place that first call or text message to you. I'll personally ask him. And
Well, don't say the first call and text message. Say to respond to my text messages and I think that's all. You gotta have reaching out.
Okay. I'm serious. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna. You know, when I say this, but my thing is that welcome to the show, Dizo. You here on
Thank you.
different program. We can talk about the Liberian politics. It's always good to have you. The Liberian community here, based in the United States, Central Jersey, Trenton, Burlington, part of the metro area. You guys are scheduled to be going for election in May. But what I'm hearing is that instead of going for the election as planned, Danny Watkins has suspended his campaign. And I hope we can get more individuals and people are resigning. Diesel, will this election take place?
Well, I'm confident that elections will take place. Election is a process. You in the country, you can see that many a times candidates register to participate and then they suspend their campaign, they withdraw. You saw that in Liberia in 2011 when they went to the runoff, when CDC complained of some malpractices and CDC withdrew or suspended its activity. Election still went on and Ellen Johnson still won. So in this case, in the Liberian community, I believe Reverend Flomo, who has a committee, the election commission and a team of those who are on the commission will carry on elections as planned.
Is there any way that this election can be, can Danny go to court to put a stop to the election?
Well, Danny is already planning to go to court. You know, Danny has two guys on his team. I mentioned them the last time, James Pay Allen and Comrade Nyika. They are the two guys who are very dangerous in our community. They are planning right now to put an injunction on the process. Gene Allen believes he is the godfather of this community and everything must happen on his time. And once things are not going his way, he has a friend who is a lawyer in Trenton. We all know this guy. He goes to the guy to take people to court. So as we speak, they are planning to put an injunction on the process. That's what Jim Allen and the Magnican do. And Danny is just a toothless bulldog. I started to say he just following everything they want him to do. And so I'm sure that the community will be prepared for that, and I'm sure the commission will be prepared for that. But it's sad that every time we come to this election and things don't go the way the guys want things to go, they're ready to run to court, and it's problematic.
How ready is your team, your guys? How ready are they, the Jeepley camp? If Danny goes to court, it means there will be no election. Just off the back, let me read the letter that Danny sent, and some of the folks are resigning. There's a public statement from Tim Watkins Peabody, suspension of candidacy from LCA 2026 election, April 24, 2026. Let's just go to the second paragraph, Gibson. After careful consultation and prayer, Tim Watkins Peabody has made the difficult decision to suspend our candidacy from the LCA 2026 election effective immediately. I'm shocked. I thought you guys have resolved everything. I mean, what's the position now of the G-Play team here, Zoga?
Well, as I speak to you, the Ghibli team is currently hosting a cookout, fundraising cookout for the campaign. I'm currently at our headquarters, sitting in the office on this interview, and the team will officially launch its campaign on the 2nd of May, this coming Saturday. And the team is mobilizing. We are registering people. We are preparing for the elections, and the team is ready to go. The team will not be distracted. The team is focused. I told you the last time there were two visions in our community. One vision is looking forward, and that Ghibli and Kokro. The other vision looking backward, that Danny and Eve. You can see it for yourself. Since they came on your show, I believe 2 Sundays ago, since they came on the show 2 Sundays ago, these guys' campaign has been in disarray because of their abysmal performance on your show. And so they are looking for every opportunity to get out of the process. And let me tell you something, Stanton. Denny and his team, they keep pushing the constitutional line. But the issue is that you don't implement or enforce the Constitution in parts. You must enforce the Constitution in whole. The aspect of the Constitution that Denny wants to implement, that's what he talks about. When he blatantly violates the Constitution, it is okay for him. Let me give you an example. When Anthony Pahe appointed Denny as vice president, that was a violation of Section 9.10 of the Constitution. Because that section says when there is a vacancy created on the executive or the board of directors, the president must call a special election. Denny gleefully accepted that appointment and claimed he was vice president in contravention of the Constitution. That was okay. Another section of the Constitution, Section 9.5, it says to run for office of the community, you must have been active for 4 years and you must be in good standing. Now, it was that section that the board of directors at the time told Denny and Anthony Pahe, you need to call a meeting for the general body to suspend the portion or modify it because the Anthony Pahe leadership came to power in 2022. Now, if you hold an election in 2024 and the Constitution says for you to run for office, you must be active for 4 years, it means that nobody would have qualified. But yet they say, Denny and Mr. Pahe, they ignore the board, and the former election commission qualified Denny and his entire team and disqualified the other people under this provision. None of them would have qualified. So Denny always wants to be on the side of the Constitution. When he violates the Constitution, it's okay for him. That is wrong. You must implement the Constitution in parts and not in whole.
So, Gibson, let me bring you in. I wouldn't want to do this quickly because I think Zoga got to go, right, Gibson? I'm really confused as to why are we here having this conversation. Because last week, I believe you were with us, Gibson, and this thing should have been resolved, right? Everybody thought that, yeah, we're going for the election, the community would come together, they will heal themselves. But Team Denny Watkins saying that, no, they are not prepared to go for the election based on so many reasons that they gave. Today, I woke up and I received the information for one of the representatives on the election commission. Her name is Teresa Jacobs Colette, and she said she resigned. This is her resignation letter too. She was representing Team Denny on the commission, and she said she resigned. So what's going on? Gibson, I want to bring this to you before I go to Kev. Listen, this community, again, the community went back in the trash. The community is going fast in the trash because People that say, let's resolve this thing. Let's allow bygones to be bygones. Let's come together and heal the community. They're going back onto the old story and say, I agree. Gibson, what say you?
Thank you very much. First of all, NGO laws in the state of New Jersey is very strong. And an injunction to stop an election is not possible. Under the NGO Act of New Jersey, you cannot stop any non-profit election because it's a right. But if there are curable things, you can call for that. For example, if the election commission has an issue, you can file a complaint with the board of directors. And the law says that the board of directors must make a determination as swiftly as possible to heal any curable harm that may pertain to the party. So the first thing the Denny group should have done was, if they have issue with the election commission, they should file their complaint with the board. And if the board does not heal that particular complaint, then they can file a complaint with the district court, and the district court can enforce the decision that's supposed to be made. So that the first thing, but the election cannot be stopped. The election will not be stopped because it is a right of the people to determine. The question that is usually asked, it says in terms of election, the basic question is whether the election occurs twice or once every year. If it is once every year, then the curable decision should be made rather than stopping an election. So the NGO Act of New Jersey does not allow you to stop an election unless you have 2 elections in a year. Then they say, okay, you can stop this one here. The other one, you can go to the next one and do your election. But if that's just one time in the year, you can't stop it. You can go to the curable issue. Having said that, you raise a pertinent issue of whether the community is going to go back the same way or is going to move forward. Well, these are the reasons why the community may go back if it's going to go back. Because people, when they enter election with a preconceived notion that it is an easy thing to get into election. You don't go to election and think that when you go to election, everything you want will happen your way. I don't see why Denny will withdraw from the election. If there's an issue, attack the issue head on. And besides that, if the election commission is rigged against you, you bring that to the public attention. That's what people do. You don't withdraw from the election. So for me, I just really
before getting, let me just say this before, and I'm going to put a Denny letter that he has suspended his campaign in our chat room for you guys to read it, right? And I reached out to a lot of members. They said, no, what Denny is saying is contrary to the decision. Understand, this community was on the worst path, right? And people are trying to bring the community together. But how can we bring the community together if you say I can only allow some of the past to be the past, but I cannot allow? No, that's the issue. Read what I put in the chat room. Those are Denny's reason of suspending his his interest to contest in the election. I think it is a problem. And Reverend Flomo got to speak out. That one Reverend Flomo who got sold in a church in Trenton, he's the chair for the election. I think they all got to stop playing games. To tell you the truth. I really don't care about G-Plate and his team. I don't care about Denny and his team. But the community got to move on, Gibson. How can you hold the community under stagnation? They're not going forward, they're not going backward. But the worst is happening. And you already maybe 3 weeks to election, 4 weeks to election, and you said, no, I agree to the game. I'm taking my boy and going home. I mean, what's going on with this community? How long with this community? The same mess that happening from Liberia will bring it to America, Gibson?
So, Coach Tata, let me ask the first question.
Wait.
Let me look at the first point.
I gotta let this on, Gibson.
Yeah.
Then he had a bakery, Gibson. Hold on 1 minute, a bakery chief. The election commission have 5 individuals. Reverend Flomo as the head, 2 from Denny, 2 from Jipley. The 2 people from Denny, this is one of them, Teresa. Teresa resigned today. Read what she said. She said, it has been a distinct honor and privilege to serve alongside you and my esteemed fellow commissioners. I write with a heavy heart to formally submit my resignation from a position as commissioner, effective immediately. Yesterday, in light of the recent statement issued by my camp, which is Camp Danny Watkins, indicating that they did not feel fully represented by my service. Can you imagine? They said they're satisfied with the woman representing them. Because everything that they said, the woman agreed, the commissioner agreed, for the sake of peace, the community got to move forward. Now, Danny saying, no, we agree to that because G-Play they didn't pay dues, they shouldn't take part in the election. I believe, listen to what she said here. It is necessary to step aside in the interest of integrity, unity, and the continued progress of the committee's work. While the decision was not made lightly, I trust it reflects my commitment to upholding the principles and expectations of those I was entrusted to represent. I extend my sincere gratitude to President Danny Watkins and his dedicated team for giving me the opportunity to serve. So let me pause here for a minute. I asked Danny, do you have any representative on the commission? Danny told me no. He said he got nobody representing him. And decision that is made, they are not reaching out to him. So what's going on? How can the Nigerian community move on with all the drama? I mean, it's a foolishness, man.
Stand on, if I may, let me respond to their 4-point complaint. And I'm not taking side, I'm doing it because I'm still in the Liberian community thing. I'm still on inside since I came to the US. I've been part of all Liberian community, especially in my community. But let me just take the few points and let Dennis then reconsider their situation. Take point number 1. It says that the Jipley Kokro split. Now he put it as a team. He put it as a team. I want you to mark that word, split. It means it's a team. So he put them as a team, including all of them, Emmanuel admin, that they are not active members. Now, in the Liberian community, who determines active members? Not the election commission. It is the city administration that determines who is an active member. They decide whether you are not active or you are active because they hold the record. Election commission is an ad hoc committee. They cannot decide whether a person is active or not active. How did they know that these people were not active? How did he know? Did the current administration come up with a decision and say these group of people are not active? Let me go to the second point quickly. Let me go to the second point quickly. Stand up before I lose my thought, please.
Don't go to the second point.
Before I lose my thought.
Yes, don't go to the second point. Don't do that. I beg you, Chief. You raised a good point here. That's the reason they are going to election. For the sake of peace and reconciliation.
Exactly.
They consider everybody now to come under the umbrella.
Great. Now that's a great point. And the day you want to go close to the Liberian elections, this question will always be raised. Who is active and how do they become active? When you are active, the standing administration, whether you don't like it or you like it, is the one that determines who is active in the process. They know who have been coming to meeting. They know who have been paying their regular due. They decide that, not you, not the election commission, because the election commission is an ad hoc administration, it's an ad hoc commission. So if I were Denis, I would not base my protest to leave on this issue because I will just go ahead and go in the election, win the election, and change everything and make it better. But even that, let me just give you one more point because there are 4 points. I don't want to go into that. He claims in the 4th complaint that the election commission color-coded everybody into team. when in fact only the vice president and the president can be on the team, on the ticket, but the rest of the other people are individual. But in the man first complaint, he put the Koklo and the Jiple team, the Jiple group in the team, and name all of them that are in the team. So if you don't believe that a team supposed to be categorized by the commission, you put them in the team in your complaint. You put them in the team in your complaint. You didn't call them by individual name and say these individuals are not regular members or are not active members. Now, even worse than that, let me tell you the worst decision.
Quickly, we gotta go quickly.
Let me tell you the worst one that I think he should have never withdraw from there. He said that the $30 was allowed because they wanted everybody to vote. But meanwhile, he said he opened voting to everyone in the interest of peace. But the leadership abandoned the 2-year item rule and certified unqualified candidates using personal discretion. How did that happen?
The whole suspension, the whole suspending, the whole suspended, the whole thing make no sense. It made no sense. Then he must contest.
He must contest.
You cannot
I agree with you on this one, Stanton.
He must contest the race. Right? You must take it to the voter. Let the people decide, Kev. Let me come to you. Hold on 1 minute. The people have to decide. The people have to decide whether you are the one able to lead this community. Reverend Flomer is trying his best. He been Reverend for a long time. People respect him. Now you make people to bash on the old man and tell him, say he's a crook. They say Reverend Flomer is a crook. How you gonna tell the whole Reverend say you crook? They don't trust the Reverend, but they all went there for the sake of peace. Now they're bashing the old man and the church members. They're saying that they're lying, they are crooked people. You can't do this. The community must move forward. If you trust yourself, the people will vote for you, put your name on the line, let the people go ahead to election. You can't sit down and tell the people, say, we cherry picking. No. You agree to $30. People waiting to pay for it. Though I don't like it. You agree for reconciliation to move the community forward. People say, okay, now you're coming back. The same thing that destroyed the community, you go and put in there and say, oh no, the person not for the community, the other person for the community, the person that paid due 2 years ago, the other person paid due 2. What kind of yama is that? What kind of nonsense is that?
I want to join you to appeal. I will join you before you come in 10 seconds. I want to join you to appeal to the Danish team. Go and bring these grievances to the voters. Let the voters make the decision on the basis of these complaints, and let them put you there and you fix it. Withdrawing is a cowardly decision, and it's not going to sustain the process, especially if you think you can fix the community. Thank you.
Without Danny running, any other folks are running?
They are only two.
So without Danny running, Zoka was saying there will be no election.
The white ballot. They will say have election. Danny will be on it.
But he will go unopposed. This other guy will go unopposed if Danny don't run.
And that's a decision. Yeah. You know what? This guy is on Albert Juple's side. I don't hear him too much or Zoka because he's on Albert's side, but he been around in the community. He knows this too much. I think
Stanton, the election will go on irrespective. If Danny withdraw he has suspended his campaign. If he doesn't get back into the campaign, he has paid his money here, his team. I'm sure they will be on the ballot and the election will go on.
But how can election
go on? They may pay $4,850.
But election will go on. Stanton, Kev.
Yeah, you don't have grievance committee. You don't have grievance committee that can listen to his side.
So let me say this much. Let me say this much. Because of the confusion, the composition of the election commission, like Stanton said, 2 persons came from Danny's side, 2 persons came from the side of the board of directors. And then the mediation team that was led by the clergy people, they selected Reverend Flomo to be the neutral person and chairman. And the decision reached by the election commission to certify all of the candidates was a unanimous decision. All 5 of them agreed. Both the 2 persons from Danny's side, the 2 persons from Jeeplay's side, and the chairman, everybody agreed. So let me tell you the issue right here, right? Danny, like I said earlier, Danny wants to implement the constitution in part but not in whole. He is claiming that the election commission satisfied people who are not in good standing. But let me tell you guys what the constitution defines as in good standing. It says for a member to be in good standing, you must have attended 50% of all general and core meetings and must have paid all dues and assessment in full. When the commission reviewed the records, even Denny, for the 2 years in question, 2022 and 2024, in 2022, Mr. Watkins paid only $25. That means he did not pay a whole 2022 due in full. So that is also means that he's not qualified, because in keeping with our part, the commission look at all of these things and said, look, if we implement the constitution as written, nobody will qualify. Let everybody go to the people. Let the Liberian people decide who that leader to be. So Mr. Denny Watkins and his team are arguing that our Jeeply and some member of his team must be disqualified according to him because they're not active. But you yourself have been active, Denny. You a member of your team have not been active, because in 2022, one of the years in question, you only paid $25 instead of $60. So you were not active in 2022. So how can you say other people must be disqualified when you yourself fall in the category? And the commission created a level playing field. Let's go to the people. Let everybody qualify. Let the people decide. They are opposed to it. As long as Denny Watkins had James Pay Allen and Comrade Magnica on his side, those guys will stall the process, because that's all they are good for. Those are the 2 guys that is pulling Denny by the nose, and he's following them like a courted dog. Excuse my language. That is the problem in our community. Those 2 gentlemen, James Allen, Magnica, they are the 2 guys who are causing the biggest problem in this community. They've always done it, and they continue to do it. And they're on Denny's side, and they are running on the board. That's why I told them they need to pass on the baton. They need to pass on the baton.
Diesel, let me hold you 1 minute. Sorry if I do Diesel because you get feedback. Let me hold you 1 minute. We're from Bangura. I know you're in Liberia, but we got to talk about the community thing. We'll talk about Liberia thing. But this is hard. But I got Danny Watkins on the phone. Danny, welcome to the show. Welcome. I know you're following. Welcome to the show, Danny.
Yes, I just decided to join the show to make some clarity with the panelists and everyone that's listening to the show, because someone from the community just sent me a copy of the line. I didn't even know you guys was on, and then they sent that to me, so I decided to join just to listen in and see what was going on. So again, I don't, Diesel is like a big brother to me. I don't want to go down the right way, I'm attacking him personally or anything, because that's what has been brought over to me, but I'm going to be respectful, and all I'm just going to stick to is the issue. What Diesel is saying on the show is completely inaccurate. As a matter of fact, one thing that he said, that I was appointed by the former president, and I accepted it knowing that we should have gone to a special election. I sent you a copy of our constitution, and I highlighted it. I don't know where in the world that a president will resign. A president will resign, and they have an election for the president, or the vice president will resign, and they have an election for the vice president, vice versa. Anywhere in the world, president resigns, the vice president assumes responsibility. When the vice president and the former president resign, there should have been no special election. The only thing our constitution states is that the president should present it to the board of directors, and the board of directors don't even have the authority to decline it, because that's the president.
So Danny, let's move forward. Beg you, Chief. Let's move forward to you. So yeah, let's move forward now.
Okay. So basically, what we are talking about here is, if we didn't want peace, I had no obligation. There wouldn't even be an election that we're talking about right now. I had no obligation obligation to go sit on mediation table with anybody, especially after the first one where EULA broke down. Then it broke down again for the second time. When the clergy initially called us, headed by Pastor Flomo and Pastor Carlson, you can call them and confirm it. The board of directors met with them, and that's why I told you yesterday, I don't have nobody representing Team Watkins Peabody. I want to make that clarity. I have people representing the executive because I am the sitting president of the Liberian Community Association, and Amos Isaiah is the chairman based on the fact that the former chairman resigned, Rupert Pierce. So we have people representing the executive and the board. Not Team Watkins. I happen to be the head of the ticket, but not necessarily they was representing Team Watkins and Team G-Blade. No. Here is what happened. When we went to mediation, we discussed, and you can call the pastors and confirm this. We discussed things in the mediation. When it got to the part to ask who would be running for elected position, what would be the criteria, the clergy stated, and I have the tape and the recordings, I can send them to you. The clergy stated, we cannot make that decision now until election commission is formed, because what we are doing here is mediation. We're not following any constitutional mandate. We're just trying to get you to the point where election commission will be formed and you all can discuss that. Granted, we left up, we said, okay, no problem. When the election commission was formed, the pastors got both the board and the executive. Again, not Danny or Ghibli, the board and the executive. We went there. We met with the commissioners. When we met with the commissioners, one of the things that we discussed was like the eligibility for candidates. For the members that will be voting in the election, we agree, let's open it to everybody for the sake of peace. Anybody just pay your $30, which is considered your dues payment, you can come and vote. Whether you attend or you are part of the community or you are not, if you want to contest in the election, we allow you. For electable candidates, that's what we agree on now, that in order for us, since the Constitution says you have to be an active member for 4 years, based on the fact that they said they didn't recognize me, you see Zoga, and they didn't recognize the election that took place in 2024, we will reduce the clause for the sake of peace from 4 years to 2 years. So that was an agreement, and you can call Pastor Flomo and confirm this. We agree that we'll reduce the clause from 4 years to 2 years, that anyone who wants to run for a leadership position in this organization must have been an active member, pay all dues and assessment in full to be considered eligible to contest in the elections. I see I proactively contested people that were on G-Blade team long before even election commission made a decision. They did not respond to me. They did not follow up. They sent one of the people that represent the executive, which is Mr. Boris Walker. They sent him to my team to discuss it with me. When he came to my team, he said, oh, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have a meeting. Me, the vice president, and my entire team said, look, Mr. Walker, please go back to the commission and tell them to not publish on this, because we have previously filed our challenge on the people that were on the Ghibli Corporate team. So in order for you to come out and put on eligible candidates, please release what we agree upon. You cannot come in the 90 minutes of the game and change anything. You cannot even bring something to vote. And you did not even consult the people who sat down and made the agreement. This is where we said we were suspending our candidacy until the election. Look, Senator, we have no fear to go to election. I have no intention of falling out of this election. But what we're not going to do is sit down people in the...
So allow us to ask you a question, Danny, because we're not talking about your fear. Allow us to ask you a question. It's good that you call.
Go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much, though. I want to hold you to your 4 pointers, right? The reason why you suspended your campaign, or you suspending your campaign. First of all, what next for the Watkins Peabody team? Are you guys going to court?
No, I have no intentions of going to court.
How do you think this is going to be resolved?
Here is how I think it's going to be resolved. The election commission needs to call us back to the table, the board of directors and the executive, and tell us why they made a decision that we agree upon. Against us, we agree on something. It's like saying, okay, y'all agree.
So Danny, I will redirect you, because you just need to answer the question, my man. How do you think this is going to be resolved?
Let the election commission call us back and tell us why they made a decision to change what we preemptively agree upon, and in the last meeting they decided to change it without letting us know.
1, 2, 3. What was the agreement? Just quickly to the agreement from the election commission.
The agreement was in order to be contesting as a candidate in the election, you must have been an active member for at least 2 years. Even though our constitution said 4 years, it was reduced for the same in the name of peace. It was reduced from 4 to 2.
So, and the next one is what? The next one.
Nothing else. We didn't even contest anything.
So the agreement was only 2 years active membership.
Yes, you must have been an active member, correct? And that's the only thing.
And there's nothing else. No, Danny, wait now, calm down. I want us to outline what you're talking about. Your only issue, the Watkins Peabody issue, is that you must be an active member for 2 years.
Correct. To run for elected position, I want to make that clear.
To run for elected position. Let me ask you a question. Let me take you back quickly, right? Let's talk about Teresa. In her letter, she's referencing the Watkins Peabody that she represented your team. She and the other fellow. And you're saying that you had no representative on the commission.
Stanton, that's why I made it clear to you yesterday. Look, when I'm talking these things that has to do with the issues in the community, I like to make things clear because I don't want people to change words. I told you Team Watkins Peabody do not have a representation. It's just happened that I am the president of the organization. The person that representing Morris Barker and Teresa Jacob is not representing Team Watkins Peabody. They are representing the executive.
Who recommended Teresa to the commission? Who was the head? Who was the head of the executive?
I am the president.
So you recommended her, correct?
Exactly.
Then, but you saying that you recommended her, but she's not representing your team.
She's not representing. I'm trying to print a.
No. I don't want you to print a picture. I want us to see what the woman said. You recommended her, Danny. You recommended her. You recommended the other gentleman called Boaka. I believe that's his name. Well, you were the head. You are the head. You were the head of the. Well, hold on now. Hold on, Chief. Hold on, Danny. In her letter. No, you will speak. You will speak. Don't you do that one of your business. We gotta hold you here. No, you're explaining too much. Just answer the question. In her letter, I just put her letter up. Her letter is very clear. She's saying that she was on your team. Are you saying she's wrong to say that? She's mistaken?
Yes, because she was representing the executive committee. And here is why I'm trying to expand on it. If for an example, I resign right now as the sitting president of the La Grande Community Association, and somebody else, Stanton Witherspoon, took over because for whatever reason we put him there as interim president, Teresa Jacob will be supporting Stanton, not Danny Watkins, because she's representing the executive committee, not Team Watkins, Peabody. Just like the other group of people who represent the other side, they're representing the board of directors. They are not representing Jeeplet Corporate. That's the clarity I want to make.
All right, so let me bring in the guys quickly, Danny. It's good that you're here. We still got Zoga in studio. This thing getting complicated. Your only problem is you should be active member for 2 years, and you're saying that the Jeeplet Corporate, they were not active member for 2 years.
100% they were not. Everybody that we contested were not.
Then why you went to mediation? Why?
That's why you go to me. And I spoke on this last week. Last time I was on the show. That's why you go to mediation. You go to mediation to have this kind of discussion and find a common ground. What we all agree on. I did not make this decision by myself. I just told you can call the reverend to know who is.
So I spoke to Pastor Raymond. Pastor Raymond said you're wrong. He said everything you put in that letter, and I'm calling Pastor Raymond and my friend, that your friend. We know each other, we can talk. Pastor Raymond told me yesterday that you were wrong in the letter. Because what was agreed upon, and you can put, hold on 1 minute, let me say this. We got to move this community. He said what was agreed upon, you guys saying something contrary. As far as All this thing was based on the reconciliation to move the community forward.
I'm shocked to hear that from
I am saying it on live radio. You can put Pastor Raymond Carlson on the phone. I reached out to Reverend Flomo. I think he said he acknowledged and he will speak to me later. But Pastor Raymond said, and I'm saying it, he's our friend, he's our pastor, and you know I respect him.
I'm shocked to hear you say that, but Pastor Carlson was not even part of the election commission.
But you said Pastor Carlson was part of the mediation team.
The mediation, I just cleared it. You see, that's what I'm saying. You know, Stanton, the mediation table, the agreement on the 2-year clause to when we get to the election commission. At the election commission is where we made that agreement, because the mediation, which Pastor Carlson was part of, and I'm not making things up here.
Do you have anything in writing that you guys agree for the 2 years clause? Number one, moving forward, everybody should be active. That's the only reason why they will be able to contend for the office. Do you have anything, any document to that?
Please, I'm not going to say anything on that. Reach out to Pastor Flo. You say he already consented, he will talk to you. I don't want to make this thing about, I'm trying to get out of here or I'm scared. No, nobody's scared. We'll beat that team flat.
Danny, if you would beat the team, why not you just go through and allow everybody if you would beat the team, why not you can go to for this election and start putting the
If you want to ask him,
let's go ahead, Gibson.
Yeah.
No, I want to bring Gibson in, Danny. You got the floor. Let me bring Gibson in.
Then let me ask, I have a couple of questions, if it can be one or two. How did you come to the conclusion, or what informed your decision that the entire team of Jipley Kokro is not an active member?
I never said the entire team. I named specific individuals on his ticket.
How did you come to the realization? What informed your decision?
You see, you broke up a little bit. Say that again.
What informed your decision? What informed you that they are not active? Which document? Who is telling you that they are not active?
Now, who is telling me? I am the president of the organization. I was part of the organization. I have never seen any of these individuals to any event of the Liberian Community Association. As a matter of fact, they boycotted so many events. They have not shown up to any general meetings. To be an active member, you must have been an active member, meaning you don't just pay $30 or $60 and you go. You say that, no, you have to be active.
Okay, a follow-up question on that. Thank you. Do you have a complete list of all active members?
Correct. We have a list of everyone who attended meetings that were called general meetings, even during the former president administration. We have it, and we have all the July 26th, we're back to school. The Act Mercer flag raising, everything that we have done in this community is documented. They cannot tell you where they was at.
Thank you. To ask a Stanton question, part of the reconciliation was to reduce the money paid from $120 to $30 as a part of the reconciliation process to move the community forward. What makes the 2 years not fit in that category?
Okay, let me clarify first. The reduction of the money from 60 a year to 30 was for voters, not for people who are running for elected position. That's what I'm trying to
Danny, to tell you the truth, man, you guys messing this thing up again, and I'm not blaming you. I'm not holding this on you.
Can they vote? So even though if they're not contesting, can they vote?
They can, and that's what I'm coming from. Saying you can vote. You can pay your $30, but you will not contest for office. What kind of nonsense is that? What kind of nonsense is that? How can you have Pastor Raymond Carlson, Reverend Flomo, and all of the other commissioners agree to that nonsense if they agree to it? You guys destroying the community. You guys destroying the community. Because I think for reconciliation, away from Bangura, and good that we have Danny here and Zoka, to move this community forward, let bygone be bygone. Let's start on a new page, a clean slate.
Why are we asking people for that? Let's play the teach. Let's be honest here. KFC is on the show, let everybody talk it as it is. Then why are you choosing one group of agreement to say we sign they want, but we are poor?
I don't think you should have even asked for $10. You are wrong to recommend. You were wrong to recommend it. You were wrong to recommend $120. All those that approved $120 recommendation were wrong. $30 were wrong. You're disenfranchising all the members of the community, and that was wrong.
You cannot have unity by segregating one group of people to please.
And everybody that say that they want to run on a political party, they should be able to contribute to the commission, not the voters. They should raise that money from Team Giplet, Team Dennis, or Team Peter or Paul that want to be president. It's wrong.
That's what
you know, and now you are going to store the community because you'll be going to court, maybe to put an injunction.
I'm saying that on this record that I am not taking the community to court. I have no.
Then I respect you. Then I respect you. I respect you. I hope you do so. I respect that decision. If you don't take them to court, let me bring in Wayfair and we'll go back to Diesel. It's good to have you on, Denny. We got to push for a good community. Yeah.
I think they should go back. I think they should take part in the election. They should forget about, all of this.
Wilfred, let's hear you. I know this is new to you, but I know you can tap into it, Wilfred. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Stanton. Thank you very much, and thanks to the panelists. So yes, I have a stake in this election. I know I live in Liberia, but I have a stake because this is about Liberians living in the United States. My second stake is that this is about democracy. I'm involved in democracy. I'm a follower and supporter of democracy. So it's great to have one of the leaders of this organization on the line. So I have a couple of questions to ask you. My first question is that, do you have a constitution for your organization?
Yes, we do.
Okay, if you do, what does the Constitution say about elections?
The Constitution says every 2 years we will go to elections. The Constitution talks about who is eligible to contest in an elections, as it just relates to the election, and who is eligible to vote in an election. And one of the things that the Constitution spell out in our heart, Zoganen was around when this Constitution was written. They are the ones that wrote the Constitution.
We have a copy of the Constitution. I don't know.
But I'm saying,
Zoga, can you send us a Constitution copy, please? Sorry, Danny.
I send you a piece of the one that Zoga was contesting.
No, I just want the whole copy of the Constitution.
I can send you the whole. I can send it to you too if you want.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
So to answer your question directly with Mr. Wilfred, it says that in order to be a good standing member, you must have paid all dues and assessment in full, and you must attend at least 50% of all general meetings called. So if we call 8 meetings in a 2-year span, you must have at least attended full. That will make you a qualified member of the community, a good standing member, which then will allow you to vote. We have kept. Let me just answer the question and leave it. If you have a follow-up, then
yes, I do have a follow-up. Yes.
Yeah.
So let me come with a follow-up. Thank you very much for your initial answers. So is this Constitution in full force, or has it been suspended?
Again, every time there's an election, we suspend the Constitution. Every time. The last elections in 2022 that Yula came and got.
So, Danny, just answer the question. It is suspended, right? Let's move on.
No, it's not fully suspended. I just want to clarify that.
What you mean?
It's partially suspended on some clause, not every clause.
No, but then this is inconsistent with democratic principles. And this is where the problem is coming from. How can you partially suspend a constitution that should guide the conduct of your election? This is what the problem is. So now you set aside important clauses of the Constitution, then you go behind the house or behind the kitchen and bring some rules to govern the conduct of the election. This is incongruity, and I think this is where the problem is. I would advise that the reason why you wrote the Constitution, and every organization has got a constitution, is to avoid these complexities, to guide your conduct moving forward. So if you go by the constitutional provision, even people who are aspiring for certain positions will read the eligibility criteria and themselves will advise themselves that they're not eligible to contest and there wouldn't be any problem. And people who will be putting the names forward are people who know that they have met all of the criteria. But if you will partially execute the Constitution, then there is going to be a fundamental problem. People are going to contest decisions that will be taken by the electoral body, and they have good reasons to do so. So there will be confusion in the community. So from me, my advice would be go by the Constitution. This is the organic law of the organization.
Or wait for it. If you don't go by the Constitution, right? Scrap the entire Constitution, come out to reconciliation, let the date, mediation, and move. Don't hold somebody and say, we say 2 years, but don't pay due. We say due, but don't pay 2 years. It's so not right. And that's the confusion. You call it with, right? You call it. Let me bring in.
I agree with you. We should stick by our organic laws. And this is what brought the problem in the first place. Because the former president stuck to the organic law and said if you do not meet the constitutional requirement, you will not be eligible to vote. This is why we are in the mess we in. Zoga them decided we'll hold the community hostage. We will send somebody to go close the community account because we do not agree because of what we have done in the past. It's a tradition that we do it this way. But because the president held them to the Constitution, it became a problem where they went and closed the community account to strangulate the community.
So let's move forward. Let me bring in Zoka. Vanessa Saki, welcome. Zoka, you heard Danny's argument here. Number one good thing we can announce to our folks, and I think we should run with this on our pages, on Facebook and in the community. Danny said he's not going to court. He got no intention, Gibson, to go to court. That's a good news. Though his campaign is suspended for now, but he had no interest dragging this thing to court. That's a good news, and we gave you plus for that, Danny. Diesel, what you make of the announcement? Danny not going to court, but he needs some clarity here, and I think the commission got to do the job.
Well, I hope Danny does not interrupt me because I listen to him and I need to respond. But I think by his saying that he has no intention of going to court, it's a good news, provided that he will not follow James Allen and Conrad Ninkan, who are the two people that continue to take the community down the drain. Now, Danny said a lot of things. He's entitled to his opinion, but not his own facts. Let me set the record straight on Danny. Danny said when he was appointed, there is nothing in the Constitution that says the president cannot appoint. You have the Constitution. Gibson has it. Please look at section 9.10. It tells you when there is a vacancy created on the executive committee or the board, the president should call a special election. It did not say the president should appoint anybody. So look at that. And when the former vice president resigned, Danny was appointed in violation of the Constitution, and then he accepted it. He accepted it. It's in the Constitution. You have the Constitution. The second thing, Danny, I told you, don't interrupt me. You were talking, I listened to you. I listened to you supinely, quietly. I didn't interrupt you. Let me make my case. Secondly, Danny said that there are people he marked from the Ghibli side who did not meet the good standing requirement. Again, Gibson, you have the Constitution. Stanton, your team have it. Please look at section 3.5 of the Constitution. It defines what good standing is. Good standing means you must have attended 50% of all general and core meetings. You must have paid all dues and assessment in full. I challenge Danny Watkins to present to you, Stanton, to your team, 2022 to 2024. Let Danny Watkins show you the list of all those who pay their dues in full. Let him say the list of all those who pay assessment in full. Let him say the list of all those who attended meeting in full. The issue of this thing was in the court. That is why the lawyer that the executive committee hired, the lawyer asked the judge to recuse them from the court because Danny and his team could not produce these documents in court. They have no document of meeting attendance. They have no document of assessment. The Constitution due an assessment. I told you people on the show before Danny came on. 2022, Danny paid $225 due. That is not $60. How can Denny say he's qualified under the 2-year clause when he paid $25 in 2022? Now, the election commission, the only aspect.
Yeah, I beg you, I gotta hold you there. I gotta hold you on to a very important thing that we need.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Hold me on it.
Thank you. I told we'll be speaking to Anthony Pay too. I see that he's calling me. Anthony, you're watching the show. Hold on 1 minute.
Where did you send the Constitution, sir?
Did you send it to me, sir?
I sent to Center.
Okay, I'll put it in the chat room, Gibson.
Yeah.
Danny, let's talk about your due payment. And that's what Zoga holding you on right now.
2022, he paid $25.
Danny, you gotta start complaining, my man. You won't be president yet? Answer the question. You no. You talk plenty. The man I interrupt you. The man talking, you want interrupting. You want answer or what? Answer the question.
I pay my dues before. We paid $20 going up to elections, and the balance for the year was $40. And I paid. So I don't know what's going on.
Do you have your record of due payment from 2022 to present? Can we have copy of the record that you pay you and your team in full from 2022 to present?
Sure, you can reach out to the family.
I'm not reaching out to them. Can you request it and share it with us?
Of course, I can ask for it. I'll share it with you. I know you say I made it up.
Stop saying that. I would say it. My man, don't accuse me. I ain't got no. Don't put me in your tabata, your bone.
The way you've been proceeding is what I'm speaking on.
Yeah, I will proceed like that because I'm fighting for a better community. Just trying to do it right. The message you pay no due from 2022 to present. You only pay $25 2 times. You say you got records. Don't send me to your treasury department. Provide us with the record and let us look at that you're making a mistake because they didn't pay. That's what I'm saying.
For 2022 to present, $60 every year.
Who's your
Jerry, who keeps the records?
Can we send me a number that asking ourselves the information what we want to show?
Sure.
Text me Jerry number. And Zoga, what's your next argument on Zoga? Because we got to move to.
No, but I'm not finished. I was speaking. Man, I'm not done the center. I think the man spoke for the longest. So let me end. I don't want to end.
Zoga, proceed.
Okay, thank you so much. So, as I was saying, to be in good standing, let Dennis send you the record of the meeting attendance for the 2 years, 2020 2024. Let him send you the record for all due payment, the record of all assessment, because the Constitution says dues and assessment. It didn't say due all. Let him send you the record to define what good standing is. Now, when the commission look at the Constitution, there is also a section in the Constitution, 9.2. It says to be a principal officer of the community, you must reside in the state of Trenton and in metro areas. When the commission look at the due payment information, look at the good standing information, and residing in Trenton, if the commission combine both camps, only one person would have qualified. It was predicated upon that. The commission said, in the interest of peace, if we go by the Constitution without our election, let everybody be qualified, let everybody go to the elections, and let the Liberian people decide. That is the Constitution. They were not suspended, they were not qualified. Yet, Mr. Denny Watkins and his team insisting that the 2 years must stand when the very 2 year in question, Mr. Denny Watkins and most of the people will not qualify for it. And I rest my case on that, Senator.
Danny, let's get your closing here because we get into the fire want to come on. James Ali want to come up. Waka want to come on. We got to reach to them. Danny, so close up.
Let me just close out quickly. I'm not even going to hold this for I'm only going to speak specifically on the fact that Soga shared the Constitution with you if you're reading what Christian narrative. The Constitution, the only people that run together in our organization is the president and the vice president.
Brother Bishop.
It's in the chat room.
From the executive
Thank you, Althea.
Every other member from the executive committee, that is the treasurer, the financial secretary, the secretary general, they all run independently. So when the Constitution talks about or special election, they are talking about in the case of a resignation from the treasurer, the Secretary General, yes, it did not outline that specific portion or name, but nowhere in a democratic government where as president or president will resign and you take the whole country back, for an example, or the community back to election. It is, and I'll send it to you in the Constitution and say, in the case of resignation, death, I highlighted that part for you for our Constitution. In the case of that, if the vice president resigns, the president appoints. If the president resigns, the vice president resumes responsibility. It's clearly outlined. So I don't know why Zoga is trying to twist our Constitution to suit his narrative and what have you. Secondly, he said that the Constitution say, and I will close on this, he's saying that the Constitution say that the principal office must live in Trenton. I can name so many people who have been president of our organization that don't live in Trenton. So you're saying now you want to change it because it suits your narrative. Everything else will remain the same, or that works for you should remain the way it is. No. We did not contest nobody on our GBLS ticket based on jurisdiction or due payments. Let me make that clear on the record. Everybody we contested on our GBLS team was strictly based on active membership, not dues, not where they live. We care less. I personally care less about that. And that's
So,
one of the things.
Danny, let's give one last question to Vanny Saki because he just joined us. Vanny, you've been following. You got a question for Danny?
Send on 1 minute. Please check your WhatsApp. I'll send you the information on Danny Jupin record for 2022.
Oh, wow. Okay. Vanny.
Yeah. Thank you, Stanton. You know, I was interested to join the topic because I served as president for the Liberian Association Iowa for 4 years, Northern Regional Vice President for EULA, and became the Executive Vice President for EULA. So I understand the issue.
You serve as president for which state, Vanny?
So I served as president for the Liberian Association Iowa for 2 terms.
Iowa?
Iowa. Then I became the Northern Regional Vice President for EULA. Then I ascended to the position of Executive Vice President of EULA. Later resigned because of my political rule at the time. So I resigned. So I understand this issue. I listened to Biro Jero and he gave clear insight of our communities. And he gave me a clear understanding that he really understands our Liberian community. Let me say this, Stanton. I'm listening to this way. I listen to the guy, how to call him, who's speaking. These are some of the things that gave our community hard time. When people in power try to use technicality to manage a process in a way where they maintain power, they run the community into serious trouble. We all run through these things. We always go to election that way that we have to sit down as community and compromise so we all can participate in the process. When we hold to the Constitution, you'll find out that only 2, 3, 4, 4% qualify to provide leadership for more than 1,000 people in the community. So every time we go to the Liberian Association election, we get together and try to reach a compromise so everybody can participate for the sake of unity and the forward movement of the community. But when the people in power believe that the opposing side is more stronger, then they find a way to bring technicality in the middle of the game to stress some people out so they can maintain power. I've been in it for long, so I know it. So as I listen to the speaker, the quarter, I know exactly the technicality he's trying to use. It's complete technicality because if you could relax the Constitution on certain portion, just so that everybody can move forward. Why is he coming on now, targeting certain people on the other team? It's only to spoil the process, create crisis, and at the end of the day, you say, the community divided. But let me say that these one the other team. The issue of community divided will always come up in an election in our community. But let me say that it is the responsibility of the winner to do everything extremely to bring the community together and keep the community focused. If the team want to exit the election, I don't babysit. They can exit. Go fast so what you guys agree on in the community. Have the election. It's a web ballot. Let the winner. I want a web ballot in my community, and my administration begin one of the best in my community. So don't let nobody tell you say because you exit in the election, you say me, the community will go down. Those are the community leadership that will win can do extremely well to bring people together and the community can be better. But don't start playing technicality to maintain power. And I think exactly that's what they're doing.
So before Danny leave, let me give you a chance to respond to you, Vanny. Danny, go ahead.
Yeah, Vanny, I'm sorry that you're saying it the way you see it, but that's not how it is. The same thing you're talking about, when you say the administration before, the previous administration, the former president administration, where I served as vice president, that was the same situation when we were on whereby and these were the same people that dragged the election commission to court because they did not meet the constitutional requirements and the president held on to them. And they are the same one that closed the community account and took the $16,000 in early hostage and dragged the community to court. We have never taken anyone to court in this community. They took the community to court because they said there is no way we can win a white ballot in an organization that everybody wants to be a part of. So you're looking at it from a different perspective. Also, Danny Watkins, I'm telling you on the record, I have no intention of dragging anyone to court. I have no intention of holding on to power.
I got one final question before he leaves.
Yeah, but let Danny finish.
Yeah,
I have no indication. I don't want anybody to have the perception that I want to hold on to power. I have said this over and over throughout the mediation, and that's why we did a private invite Reverend Flomo, who is the chairman of the committee, the election committee, so he can come here and make clarity for everybody. I don't have any intention of holding on to power. If I go to the election and the community feel like I have done a good job, they will re-elect me. If they don't re-elect me and they re-elect whoever is coming against me as my opponent, I will work with that opponent. I will continue to be my views. I will continue to be present in the community. I have no reason. This is a pro bono job, Fanny. I have no reason to hold on to something I'm not even, nobody getting paid for. We're all doing it for the betterment of our community. So take that perception out that I want to, circumvent anything. This was an agreement because we couldn't agree because they dragged our administration to court. For the sake of peace, I decided, I reached out to the chairman, which I have text message to that effect. I said, as young people, now that this court thing is settled, let's take this out of court and let's find somebody to resolve our issue. And they left me on red. I don't have no reason.
So Danny, let me ask my last question. I beg you, please. Are you?
Last question.
Go ahead.
Do you live in Trenton or the metro area?
Yes, I live right outside Trenton, Ewing. You can even walk from my house to Trenton.
What's the difference between outside of Trenton and in Trenton?
I don't know that.
He doesn't live in Trenton. He's not.
Exactly. So that's the point. That's the point I was trying to make, because living outside of Trenton is not Trenton. Living outside of Fargo means I live in Delaware. I don't live not Delaware, sorry, in Dilworth or somewhere. But here is the thing. Your constitution says that you must live in Trenton or the metro area. What qualifies you to even to contest?
Because I live in central New Jersey. Look at the constitution.
It says here, I'm reading it here. It says the principal of to become a principal officer must be a Liberian by birth, a legal resident of the United States, and must reside in the city of Trenton and the metro area. So you're not living any of those. Why qualify you to be president?
That's a good argument based on what the Constitution says.
So if this was compromised, then why the others cannot be compromised?
But that's what I'm saying. It has been compromised for the last 30 years, and nobody.
So, and that's the reason why, Danny. You see, let me tell you something, Danny. I beg you, Chief. Hold on 1 minute. Gibson, we flag all this issue, right? It's because the community is dying, and we need to move the community forward. How can the forefather of the Constitution restrict leadership only in Trenton?
But I think you won't blame.
So therefore, if we say we close our eye on that one, let's close our eye on everything. Let's have a clean election. We will revise this Constitution in the interest of all Liberians within Central Jersey and that of the metro area. So Danny, my argument to you and Madam Peabody, my sister, and all of you guys, drop the suspension, go for election. Whoever wins, we can revise the whole thing. We have come a long way, right? There will be no way right now. We are already after the halftime match in this game. For us to go back and start the game over, it's a waste of the Liberian people's time. So as a leader, I will appeal to you openly here on the show, Danny.
And my words are that.
Let's recruit more men and women, more voters, and let's go for this election. Whoever wins, Tim Denny, Watkins Peabody, or Albert Coker, We will beat on them to revise this constitution in the interest of all Liberians, that we all are equal. And I'm not putting this on you, Denny. They didn't start with Diesel that time. They didn't change it. Not because Diesel yet. Diesel who have changed it still, they refused to. They were enjoying themselves eating fufu soup from my sister, what's her name? Wale, how you call her? Tuma place. They were all eating fufu soup all day. Basa people speaking very more. And now here we are today. So Denny, please reconsider this thing. Talk to your team. And let's move on to the election. But I want to say on behalf of the network, Denny, have our sympathy. We heard about the passing of your father. We hope that you take strength, Denny. Have our sympathy. And we're standing with you, and may the peace of God remains with you. Okay? Yeah, we're sorry to hear that news. Yeah.
It's been tough dealing with the community issues and losing, my biological father. It's been tough, but this is if like people might insinuate, if I don't want peace, I wouldn't even be doing all of this.
No, you did well, Danny. You did well. You put a lot on the line. You put a lot on the line for this.
Yeah. My deepest condolences to you, Danny.
Let me say to you, Stanton, you spoke like a real community leader. I much appreciate you, and I hope Danny will listen to you. Don't forget, but they too much technicality and bring our community together. Many organizations, like very community in America. Thank you. So Stanton is spoke like a leader. I hope Danny can listen to you. Our communities are breaking down because of the too much technicality. I'm begging you, Dennis. Let's come together and make our community stronger. Listen to what Stanton said, and let's move on.
Thank you very much, Danny. It's good to have you, Chief. We'll talk. Thank you. Thank you. I don't think while we have Danny on the call and we, have resolved this, I think Danny and his team will reconsider. I don't think we should continue with this or call anyone else. Okay?
Yes, thank you so much. I got to give my relief, and I appreciate all of you guys' input. And I hope Danny and his team will reconsider. Let's go to these elections and let's make sure that whoever wins can correct. Because even in court, the judge said our problem is our constitution. Let us go to this election peacefully. Let's resolve the problem in our community. Whoever wins, they have the opportunity now to correct the constitution in the interest of the Liberian people and to meet current day reality. You can't be paying $5 anymore at meeting due in this current dispensation. So we got to move forward. But Stanton, thank you so much. Thank you to the panelists, and may God bless each and every one of us.
Yeah, thank you to all, man. Let's try to squeeze Vanessa here now on the Liberian politics. So thank you very much. I want to say thanks here. We're going to Vanny pack that truck. We'll squeeze you on the Liberian politics. And it's good to have this. And Kev said you got to take a break for you. He's not from the Central Jersey.
This is Champions Edition.
Yeah.
And a prospectus edition.
But I want to say, guys, I'm really happy where Danny's position is right now. I think it's only fair for us to move the community forward. We are a community of over 10,000 eligible voters in this community. And go ask these guys then. They even recruit 500 of them yet. Some people don't even know about this organization. Do you know that we can have our own liberal ballroom here in Central Jersey? Do you know that we can be engaged for politicians to hear us? Do you know that they have serious churches that are looking for a place now to connect with organizations? Do you know that we are wasting the young men and women call themselves Liberians? We are wasting the time. Social issue, we are lacking. Community togetherness, we are lacking. The only time you see these people that go for program and somebody die, then they say, let's go drink, die, party, baby shower. Show me one of the community initiative that we can look at right now in the community. I mean, it's a disgrace. This community must move on. This community, we should recruit a lot of Liberians and non-Liberians into the community to have a voice. But we sit here every day, we fail. I love what you say, Vanny, the technicality too much. So I would say to all of them, let's come together. Let's move the community to a place that everyone will benefit. On a good summertime, when we go and play our Arrow and Barrow game, we will know where the money is going. right? We should know where the money going. Money coming in, we know one person get close to the whole account and walk away with the money. What kind of nonsense is that? And all these people that they are in churches, so they are reverend, they are pastor, they are bishop. But we deal with those church people then one day. And they say they're in the community, eating community money. I mean, we got to come together. Bristol, look at Bristol. Yeah, look at Bensali, look at Morristown. All these places that Marysville, all these places that need to come together and do the right thing. So I said to you, we'll leave there again, we'll job them, we'll come back again and deal with them next week Sunday. We got to take this thing to election, Valley. We got to take it to election. We must take it to election. The people got to vote. All Liberians, you got to vote. And yet, let me say to you, listen, even that $30 nonsense, finding that nonsense. You know, people suffering here. They didn't get $30 to buy gas for the car.
I think the same thing I said, it's all intended to marginalize certain people. So why not just say $10 at least? Why $30? That's a lot of money. You know, it's always trying to marginalize and maintain power. So why not just say $10? $10 is a lot of money right now in the US. You know.
Gas. And finally, you're right, because even in like very community election, if you are running, you probably pay for all the people that want to vote. Some of them now, if you have interest to pay. And sometimes you will take $2,000-3,000, you pay for, you register everybody. So if you are charging $30 and I have to pay for 2 or maybe 500 people, you can imagine how much money coming from my budget already, just because I want to be president for a community that does not pay me back.
Yeah.
And I need to know how much money we pay.
Yeah.
How much time we
guess I'm not cutting you. You know, most of the time the leadership in power always benefit through that arrangement because they control the listing, they control everything. So when you're the opposition struggling to recruit, they just add their list up. You know what happened in those things?
Yeah, exactly.
So they don't spend a lot because they know if they win, they're going to maintain power. Who's really going to audit them? Who's going to check record? So as you fighting to register people, they just increase the list.
So, I agree with you. This must stop. There will be no way we'll sit down and play the game. Yeah, this must stop. But guys, I'm touched to talk about Putu Martin today. It's good to have you too, Vani. What's your take on this Putu Martin transaction? Let me start with you, Vani.
Let me be very honest with you, Stan. I don't have a clear insight yet. And when I don't have a clear deep insight on the topic, I don't like to get involved in it because I said today in my post, keeping quiet is the best thing to do if you don't understand a particular topic on a discussion because it protects your limitations. So for now, I'm saying researching and trying to understand the whole Putu Martin deal. So I don't want to get involved.
Okay, look, you stay researching. You said I had to get a Putu Martin thing to Jeremiah Kun. Then you say you stay researching.
Yeah, but Jeremiah is doing a piece of job. He's working on it, so I can't get a clear insight of what's going on. He's working. He's trying to do a lot of stuff on the deal.
Okay, let me leave with the Putu Martin. Get you a deal with you on that because you have something to see on your face. But let's talk about the yellow machine. Where do people balance the yellow machine? You say researching too?
The yellow machines are on their way to coming. And let me just say this today because I talked to some friends today and they said to me, so when the yellow machine going to start grading the road? I just laughed. I said,
I'm asking, where's the balance yellow machine?
Oh, they're on their way. As you know, the first one they arrive and the second one on the way.
Where are they?
The first quantity arrives, and you know about it, and the second quantity will be arriving soon.
Where the second quantity? Where are they right now?
It's coming from where they were posted from. You know that the first quantity, the first.
So like, you got no clue as to the yellow machine story too. So that no. Too.
You said the first quantity. I told you the first quantity arrived.
No clue. What's the second quantity?
They're on their way.
From where?
Oh, Senator, you asked me that you don't know where the first quantity came from.
From where, Vanny?
Where the first quantity came from China.
So guys, Vanny got no clue about yellow machine. He got no clue about Putu. So let's move on.
No, but what you say? You got Damon laughing, Damon. You asked me what the first quantity. No, you asked me the second quantity on the way. Where they coming from? You said where they coming from? Where the first quantity came from, stand up? From China. Thank you. Damon, I bought 2 burgers from Damon store. The first burger arrived. He asked me where the second burger coming from. It came from Damon store because I bought 2 bags from Damon. So the first came, the second on the way.
But that's the issue, Vanny, right? I know you're a basic guy. You drive the truck all over America. I respect that. You also you're making a lot of money. By the way, you're making $89 per hour. So let me announce that, right? But the yellow machine, our yellow machine, Ivory Coast. You don't know about it. Our yellow machine got stuck up in Ivory Coast. The government just gave Minister Samuka $4.5 million to transfer the yellow machine from Ivory Coast to Liberia. You telling me that you don't know? And you
No, I just tell you on the way. I said that on the way. Gibson, listen to me. I mean, Damo, I said the yellow machines are on the way. You said from where? From China. They're talking Ivory Coast. It's still on the way. They're talking Saloon. It's still on the way, Gibson. They're on the way. They're coming to Liberia.
But leave that one, Bonnie.
So they're on the way. Well, so now, even if stopping Saloon, they're still on the way to Liberia. So what are you saying?
I thought the five machine came straightly from China to Liberia. Why the other one passing Ivory Coast? You got any idea?
It based on the route the other ship want to use. Nothing wrong with that.
So they put it down in Ivory Coast.
No, it depends what you want. It depends on the route. I can go to Grand Baza and go to Bocante. I can go to Magini and go to Bocante.
You know how long the yellow machine been in Ivory Coast? Almost a month now. They've been in Ivory Coast. Almost a month. It's a disgrace to President Boakai legacy to see that the first thing he championed yellow machine, 1915, 17 in each county, it can't reach. It's a disgrace. And we still asking for money. And $51 million, Minister Samuka asked for $51 million for the first year for the yellow machine operation. How can we buy yellow machine for $21.6 million, but we're asking for $51 million for operation?
Impossible, State. I can explain that.
But chief winner, that gives you a call, gives you new. You say you know the yellow machine, now you say impossible.
No, I didn't say so. I told you on the way. You just confirmed that he Ivory Coast.
Wait. Gibson, what kind of mumu story is that, Gibson? How can you do this to the Liberian people? We were happy that yellow machine coming. Now yellow machine is in Sepe in Ivory Coast. The man get another after he received $2.4 million. They just approved another $4.5 million. You talk about almost $7 million. Then the man said on the side of that, he needs $51 million. What kind of yellow machine problem we in here?
So if we look at the yellow machine cost after the purchase, I put it at 22 million. Yeah.
89 million total. 89.
Yeah. That's exactly where we are going with this. If we are paying $89 million for after purchase expenses, I don't know what is the rationale. Are we saving cost or are we what are we doing here? And I got problem with the first group of machine coming straightly from the company straight to the Monrovia port, and then the second batch will go to Ivory Coast. They download it in Ivory Coast, upload everything in Ivory Coast, and then we have to pay money to go and get it from Ivory Coast to bring it to Liberia. I don't see why it should be that way. Why should the company responsibility is to deliver our products? They did deliver the first batch. So why would they want to carry the other batch to Ivory Coast and drop it there and say, this is where we can start? And the Liberian government will raise millions of dollars just to go and bring the machine from there. And I'm not even sure whether these machines, when they come, they will come in whole. Or what kind of machine are they?
Maybe they are using our machine now. Maybe they are. They're using our machine.
My suspicion is
anybody can just walk over Liberia. Let Barney, they put walk and take our bolo land from Lofa County for you. Then a machine are in the country will not take. Then Vanny said, don't talk. They put on your land, Vanny. But I classify information, right? Vanny can talk about it.
They're looking for someone to expel. They expel you already. They're looking for American to expel again.
Let me say this. Let me say this, guys. It's very important. I'm happy that Jeremiah Cohen is about to speak because we got to hear him. He got to say something about this thing. It's getting bad for Unity Party every day. Every day it's getting worse for them. Every day. The issue that they just got to do that little thing straight, they are not. Every day is getting bad. Everybody trying to collect. They're trying to hustle. They're trying to tell people that no, I can eat my own. You eat your own. Leave me alone. This is not rescue. I'm going to move on to Putu Martin. Vani, do you think the government can pay $40 million to the Russian and we take back our Putu Martin instead of bringing in Planet One and all the other companies there to come and make over $500 million and give us peanuts? Why the government cannot give the Russian, if the American allow, the $40 million back? And we take our machine, the money the Russians say will start asking for. Let's give it back to them as a government. Let's possess our asset and let's put it up there and make hundreds of millions of dollars. Why we baking Planet One for 60 million? Why we baking company for 40 million? And they're going to flip the mountain and make billions of dollars, and the Liberian people suffer. Like we're looking at B Mountain, like we're looking at Western Cluster, we're looking at Salamita. Why can't we own it ourselves? Vani, let's talk about Putu.
You know, Standard, there was a lot of reason why the president asked Jeremiah Kuhn to provide supervision over some of the concessions. And I can guarantee you, at the end of the day, the government will always make decisions that represent the interests of our people. I can tell you, I can guarantee you that.
So I'm asking you, I'm not saying guarantee me because I don't trust your guarantee. I'm asking you, Vani, do you think it will be in the interest of all Liberians that if we move ahead to just pay the Russian people their own sanction, put the $40 million in escrow and tell the American government the money is in that bank in escrow, 40 million, 50 million, 60 million. Take that fund to find it somewhere and we take back our mountain. Don't you think it would be a good idea? And then we can make that decision to do what we want to do with it and make hundreds of millions of dollars? Why are we pushing an Indian company for 60 million? Why are we pushing a company that can only give us 60 million and walk away with hundreds of million dollars? Do you think it's a good idea to do so, Vani?
Standard, sometimes, you know, what you're saying sounds good, but you also have to look at other issues around it. It's not, you should understand there was a contract, but there's a deal. You can't just say, okay, I'm done. Yeah, money. You got to consider other circumstances.
So the Russians saying, let me tell you this, and I will share the letters with you. The Russians are on sanction. They cannot, and Gibson, you from Grand Jada, you know that. The Russians saying we cannot do business with Liberia because we are on sanction. It will be even bad for our country, Liberia, to do business with them. You know, Vani, you know that. Yeah. So the Russians say our expenses and everything we put in that $40 million, pay our money.
But Senator, we can't just get them $40 million because they said they put $40 million. It don't work that way. But we got to verify and make sure you can't just get them $40 million because they said they put $40 million.
No, so you are not following the Putu Martin issue. And I will beg you take your time and follow it. So let me leave you alone because you're not following it. Gibson, you know that they went into an agreement. The Russians agreed. They agreed to take the money and go. Right, Gibson? We read the letter here.
Which is why the government is now asking a third party to offset that debt.
So you just said they said they put $40 million. So you're getting $40 million because they said they put $40 million?
The argument you're making, that's not what the government is making. The argument making, I see your argument, which is to me it makes sense that because you put in $40 million, we can get you $40 million. We'll look at all the factors involved. Well, okay, that's the argument you're making. But that's not what the argument the government is making. The government is saying, hey, look, planet A, we want you to get the $40 million, and then you come and take over the concession. So the argument now is, and I will agree with Stanton on this, the government can look there and even reach an agreement with them. You don't have to pay at once. Say, okay, $40 million, we'll pay you in four installments. We're going to take the mountain back.
They will agree.
And we pay you $10 million now. We pay you every $10 million every year for the next 4 years. We'll pay you off. Then we take our own time now. We take our own time now to allow a company to take over, and then we know how much dividend we are getting from there, what kind of royalty, what kind of ownership, whether we want 30% or want 10% or 20%, any of that, then we can get into that agreement, which will benefit us. And I think that's the reasonable argument that Standard is making. And I think the government can do that.
Say this, Gibson. I've been looking at all the paper. We got due missing company, the OIC or OIG, what kind of G. we get Planet One, we get AMR from Sherry Adela, right? The government should take ownership. And that's my argument, Vanny. We can find that 40 million or spray like Gibson saying. These guys ain't got no choice. They will have to agree. The asset is in Liberia. It's for Liberians. This government can find her time to own as an owner 100% and do whatever we want to do with it moving forward and make hundreds of millions of dollars. But when you hear the government saying we're looking for a company to bring $60 million, it's that we are jokers. We just had a supplementary budget for 45 million and went to 53 million. We can find the money. B Mountain is about to give $200 and something million to Liberia every year based on their increase in their investment income. We can find that money. How can a rescue government not rescue her people, but not saying that we'll be backing Planet One, we'll be backing other company to come up and bring in $60 million? And you know how much this guy's working with? We'll have that conversation tomorrow. I believe it's wickedness. President Barker can find $40 million, pay overtime, go to Treasury Department, tell them that we want to do this, and we'll move on.
Since I listen to what you're saying, and as I stated earlier, one thing the Liberian people can trust and depend on when it comes to decision making, President Joseph Newman Boakai will always prioritize the interests of the Liberian people first. I can guarantee you that. I know we expect that the government will follow all our proposals. You know, if the government is going to operate where they're going to sit down and listen to all the citizens to propose what the government is supposed to do, I don't know the essence of government. So Gibson, I know when you let people, you trust their judgment, and if the government will not just listen to everybody's proposal, let's go look for 40 million. Now, you know, the government don't operate at that center. The government don't operate by taking proposals from every citizen in the country.
You are intellectual guy now. Don't do this, Manny. We are not saying the government will follow everybody's proposal. We are here having a conversation. Civil Stars say they want $60 million. They want to pay the corporate fund. They won't go ahead and walk away with a band of money and do something else. Liberian government say, okay, we'll find another company to come and take control of this. They met, they have the recommendation, they're waiting for President Barker to approve the recommendation. The recommendation for the IMC or MCC or YLC, they're saying that they're going to give this to Planet One.
And Planet One does not have the money.
Planet One saying that we get the money, we get your 60 million in 10 days, we start operation. In 6 months, you will see Obi flying from that place. Planet One saying that. But my argument on behalf of the Liberian people, why should we walk another Asalamita walk here? Why not we own this thing and we go ahead and make hundreds of millions of dollars from it? You want to tell me the whole government that budget $1.2 billion, they can't find 60 million to buy this Russian out, and we take our time?
There's a budget. Budget is not money.
This
okay,
is
the other thing is, money. If you look at,
you know, like budget is not money, so it's not 1.2 billion. It's not cash. It's just a budget.
So you
the budget is not money sitting out somewhere. They just go take money from in the budget. No, it's just a law that explains how revenue generated will be used. So the budget is not money. No, let me expound that a little bit. No. Let me expound it because I found out that many of our people need education when it comes to the budget. No, many of our people need education when it comes to the budget because.
Don't come here to educate anybody about budget and money, man. Stop that thing. Nobody's stupid here, right?
The problem is
the government can find $60 million. Forget the $1.2 billion budget that is still fighting on today, but we can find $60 million. The government, the country can take back that asset. We can make hundreds of millions of dollars from it. But for us to go and seek company out there that will flip this thing and make tens of billions of dollars like all these other companies that are around the country, then we'll be backing them. It don't look like Gibson. We're backing B Mountain for $200 million and the people making over billions of dollars. These are the kind of agreement we go on. We fail on B Mountain. We fail on Asalamita. We fail on Western Cluster. We fail on Hummingbird. We fail on how you call them, China Union. We fail on all those concessions. Look at Medtech. Medtech, they're making free money. We fail on them. When we will come to our senses and say, let's do this in the interest of the Liberian people, and let us say Liberian. When? We're begging for 3% royalty when people are making billions of dollars. Does that make sense? How can we leave this with our children and grandchildren to be beggars when the people taking our gold, our diamond, our natural resources all of the country? Then all we do, we call them to the clubhouse, we drink beer with them, we celebrate with them, and we beg them for $3 million. The people going with billions of dollars, and we are begging them to give us $3 million, 200 million. Hey, they put 200 million. Hey. Someone may run away. Vanisaki, you're making $89 an hour. That's why you stay working on a Sunday. We know that.
You know, Stanton, I understand your frustration when it comes to the past agreement. I understand the Stanton, but the good news here is that's why we elected this government, and this government is doing extremely well to fix some of these problems. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen like magic. And gradually, we're going to see some changes. It's not just going to happen overnight. I understand your frustration. Myself understand where you come from. But then the good news to the bad news is that we now have a civil president who understands these things. That's why he's putting checkpoint in place to make sure we can revise all the bad things and get the country working for the people.
Let me ask you this before you bring it away from Vanny quickly. This is President Barker's third year. We soon enter the fourth year. One of the main things that were on the president's agenda is MedTech. Do you have any update on MedTech?
No.
Another concession.
Money's still in America, and I don't know what I want to.
Do you have any update on MedTech?
Look, stand on. You keep bringing this issue up. I have to say,
Vanny, do you have any update on MedTech?
Stand on. The president ran on many things. That does not mean the president will solve everything in 1 year or 2 years. No.
Do you have any update on MedTech?
The problem at MedTech, we all know we ran on it, and the president will fix it.
Do you have any update on MedTech, Vanny?
Stand on. I can say to you, you reference some of the things the president ran on, and I'm saying to you, the president ran on many things, but that does not mean the president will say all those things in the 2 year or 2 year and a half. He just won 2 years, 3 months. He will fix most of the problem, but it's not overnight, Stanton. So when we start putting a year to 8 days, May, we expect him to solve all these problems in 2 years, 3 months, which is very impossible.
Do you know it was because of the MedTech incident that Army don't have a job today? Do you know the legislature came together and they put together documents recommending to President Joseph Yima Boakai what should be done with MedTech? Do you know right now, under MedTech, President Boakai have done zero, nothing, and the people still making free money? That's why you don't have update on MedTech. That's why you just circumventing, Vanny. This is an issue with our country. We are in third year, and you still saying the president will, the president will. 1 year, the president has solved some of this problem. The MedTech problem is a deliberate problem, and that's why people carry the continuance to Liberia. They are suffering to get them out. MedTech will hold it for 2-3 weeks. And guess what happened? They will add demolish. They will add money. And the people will beg and cry. They care less. The people are suffering, Vanny. Those recommendations that were made by Amara Conan and the senators, it was sent to President Joseph Yima Boakai. Since Sylvester Grace Petain, nobody know the hair and tail for MedTech. Nobody. And our people are feeling the pain under this hardship. And you want to tell me that the president will? We are not looking for president after 3 years that will. After 3 years, we want the president, want the record to say the president have acted upon it. MedTech have turned to be a pepper bush for some people in the country. MedTech have turned to be one of the worst thing ever that will happen to Liberians. And you say now and say no? But I got a surprise for you. We start to be sharing documents again, Vanny, to see who are involved with MedTech, who are stealing from the Liberian people and suffering the people. And we must discuss this. So let me go to Gibson and then we'll come to Wilfred. I will say to you, my brother, we got to push the government. The government cannot be running on will. The government should be running on the record right now and say we have acted, and this is the result. Times are hard, things difficult. The country is bleeding. The increase in prices all over the country. Hardship is reigning, and you say the government will. And MedTech is adding hardship to the people. And we are about to give for $60 million to give Futu Martin away again. And the people in the southeastern area will be sitting down there and be living in tent. Look, just imagine Salamita.
Standard of reduction in hardship and the reduction in prices.
Yeah, you were told your own way was small reduction.
So don't say things are high and they know there are reduction in prices and reduction.
Don't go out without free talk, man. You got to give us start on that. Gibson, let hear you.
Look, first of all, I appreciate Vanny's comment. I know the reason why Vanny left by just looking into his head. Why he left CDC was because he believed that CDC failed on certain levels, and so he joined the JMB. That is a fair appraisal of his reason why he left. And when you leave for these kind of failures that you believe should have been corrected, when you get to the next party, you insist that these things should not happen because it betrays your decision for leaving in the first place, for leaving your party in the first place. So the Putu Mountain situation is a really important thing because Putu Mountain stands to contribute $12 billion. The cost of Putu Mountain is $12 billion contribution if the 4.5 million or billion tons of iron ore are extracted. It's not going to be over 1 year. So we are talking about 12 billion concession agreement. Now, I agree with Stanton. The government can make a good faith discussion with Civil Star or Civil Tech, whatever they are. I always mention out their name. They can make an agreement with the Russian people and say, look, you know what? Yeah, Civil Star. We can give you this money back. $40 million. In fact, $50 million, we pay you. We'll take the mountain back. We don't want any problem. We gave it to you in 4 installments. We gave you $10 million this year. Next year, we'll give you another $10 million until it's finished. This company will not refuse. Instead, if you go to Planet One and ask Planet One and say, give us $60 million. First of all, they're not $60 million that they are requesting for. They're requesting for $40 million. They can pay the $40 million, and then you enter an agreement with Planet One and say, okay, now that you're taking the pool off the road, whatever agreement we make, you're going to get your $40 million out of there. So let's sit down now and discuss how much we are going to move forward with. All of these things can be discussed, which is not happening. And it is putting the government on its back foot. It is disadvantaging the government ability to get what it truly need to get and to put in place mechanism whereby the government will get more rather than the peanut they are getting from metal right now. Even last year, up to June last year, the senators raised an issue. Metal had refused to pay 6.7 million taxes that they owe. That was one of the contending issues yesterday, apart from the issue that Stanton already raised. Why Metek? Metek was part of the campaign mantra of President Boakai, President Boakai, when he was running for office, that Metek is a bad deal. Why should even allow Metek? So why Metek is still around? Why is Metek still around? It should be gone. Man, you clean, Vanny, that the president will always make a decision in the interest of the people. Is the interest of the people still being protected? Something that you condemn. You said they're not even supposed to be around, and they are still around, and people are chopping on this particular company, and the president is sitting down there and not taking definitive action to decide whether Metal leave or Metal remain. And when Metal remains, what is the dividend of Liberia? How much money that Liberia is getting out of it? So I don't think the president is taking decision as much as we think he should do. And I think I would like to join this band worker and say, look, let the government grab the Putu Mountain, pay for it. Say, we want mountain.
The government have to. There will be no way. I'm saying that the government have Silver Star and Planet One going into some kind of agreement. We'll talk more about it more. And I see we still get Sherry Abdallah, AMR. He's a Liberian. He pushing to own this thing. He said he got the $60 million. Then why they can't give it to Liberia now? If Sherry Abdallah say he getting money, all right, why they taking it away from him? Right? We got Silver Star, the sanction from U.S. Treasury Department hanging over them. Are we going to do business on a black money deal? Are we going to do business on where we don't know the money coming from? A whole country? I mean, we got history here now. People will be punished. People will be placed on sanction if we are not careful. But the very American Treasury Department or State Department. So this is some serious issue we are talking about. We can come up with $60 million as a country, right? The government should do that, buy the asset back, and move the Putu Mountain in the interest of the Liberian people. We'll make tons of millions of dollars. We shouldn't go settle for $60 million and then be on our knees begging the people to bring us $200 million every year. Then we say, hey, that's good concession. For 25 years. That's one of the richest areas when you talk about natural resources, Cape City. The Putu Mountain is one of the richest areas in the world. We cannot afford to lose that for $60 million today. Whitford, let's say, because we got 30 more minutes to go, let's say, my brother Bangura.
Thank you, Stanton. Thank you, Stanton. Hey, Vanny. I started the show earlier on, but Stanton, I have a 1-year-old, so I'm multitasking. So apologies for my inconsistency on the show tonight. Here's what I have to offer. The Putu Mountain.
Your grandchild, right? That's not your child.
No, it's my daughter. That's my daughter. As a matter of fact, she's sitting right here by me. Anyway, this is what I want to say on the Putu Mountain thing, Stanton. I know that in the coming days or weeks, we will have the latitude of time to look at the concession in details. I don't want us to, put the cart before the horse. Let us proceed gingerly. We will come into possession of the documents of this concession. Vanny says something. We are very confident that at the end of the day, the Liberian people will have the best concession possible. The reason for that is that we have a president who has a mantra that says, think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. I have never heard any such political philosophy anywhere from my, at least in living memory, in the history of Liberian political philosophy. What this man is pontificating to the Liberian people is something grandeur, is something that says that his heart beats and connects with the people, from the common people to the people in the middle, as well as the people on top. So when you have a president who means well, who urges Liberians to be patriotic, to love themselves, to love their country, you can be assured that instruments like concessions, anything that should benefit the people will benefit the Liberian people. We are confident about that. But more than that, I saw the body language of the vice president when he went to visit the concession of B Mountain. And I follow some of the commentators, some of the commentaries, very interesting. Somebody said when the guy told Jeremiah Kuhn how much they were earning per year, you saw the body language, you saw the face of the man.
What the body language?
He was look, he was like, this is unacceptable. You could see.
Wait for Leo alone, man. Leo alone.
Stanton.
The sun is about to go down on my head, man. Leave me alone, please.
Mine has gone down a long time ago. Let me just end by saying this. Let me just end by saying this, Stanton. When you have your government in good hands, or when you have concessions in good hands, you can.
Not hearing you. I'm not talking about body language. We're not hearing you.
You can't hear me now, right?
No, you good. You're good.
Talking about me. I say, he ain't said nothing. He ain't talking about it. Yeah, body language. You look.
But you know, Jerome, Mr. Jerome, the recent debate that that spark was a result. I mean, of the B Martin concession was a result of the visiting of the vice president. Liberian people really got to know what's going on over there in terms of the amount of bars of gold, how much they were giving back to the government, etc., the living condition of the people, as a result of this visit. This was not just an ordinary visit. It was a big visit that exposed a lot of structural contradictions.
So after all,
I just wanted to land on my thought, Stanton,
yes,
if you don't mind, please. The reason why I am going back to all of this is that that the vice president has oversight over Putu. And he will ensure that the best deal is reached, that the best concession is reached, and the people of Grand Judea, of Southeast, and of Liberia will benefit immensely from that concession. This is going to be a new day for Liberia. And this is the direction the president is driving his entire government in. So this is not mere gladiatorial talk. This is not big talk. It's not big mouth. It's something that will happen. We are confident about that. We have no doubt. He has asked us to think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. Nobody else has ever asked us to do that. So such a person, such a leader will always deliver the best deal and best concession for his people. So this is what I have to offer upon this subject. And at any point, if I quit, just know that I'm multitasking.
No, we're going to end the show. We're going to end the show. The only thing I'm just saying to you said President Barker asked us to think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia, which include all Liberians, all home and abroad, right? Folks are losing their jobs today because of bad governance, the LTMI, and the Minister of Transport issue. Mothers are homeless today because of bad decision from this government. They break down people's homes from the Hotel Africa all across the country, right? People get nowhere to stay. Is that thinking Liberia, loving Liberia, or building Liberia? Sometimes let's just facing it. It's just not right. The government is in a position to help these folks. Find a way for them. And when you tell them, say, we are coming to break down your homes, we got a place for you, shelter. The president wants us to think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia. The border issue is still remain. The Guineans are on the Liberian people's soul. The president wants us to think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia. What now we help a Liberian to own the Putu Mountain or take it back ourselves. How can you tell the people to think about Liberia when you're giving the concession to foreigners? Is that thinking Liberia? Is that loving Liberia? Is that building Liberia?
So I have a question for you, please.
You think all those people then are coming to grab and go? You think they care about Liberia? Look at our country. First 25 years under Asalamita. Look how our country is bad off. And we're glad to give them another 25 years. Look what MedTech is doing to us. Is that thinking Liberia, loving Liberia, and building Liberia?
Can I ask you a question?
Please do.
Thank you very much. You are a very generous gentleman. Thank you. Have you read Jerry laugh? Jerry, you like to inoculate people, so let me use somebody on Stanton. Stanton, have you read the Putu Mountain concession? Have you read the concession?
It's in the chat room, but if you came in the chat room lately, I will have to repost it again. Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
Okay, I will put it back. I will put it in the chat room. I share all the document, everything from the Putu Mountain 2010, 2007, when they were back and forth with negotiation. It's all in there, my brother. The Russian people just want the money to go. The government should take ownership of the mountain.
So I will read the concession.
Do you agree that the government can take ownership of the mountain?
Well, so if the laws of Liberia will require that government can take ownership,
there's no law. The only thing in the concession, and guess when we agree to that.
Do you believe that the government can take ownership?
That's all I'm asking. Do you think
this should not be about my belief now?
We have a position, giving our opinion before I go to Vanisaki. What is written in there, because we're fair. Big Silver Star Company cannot operate in Liberia because they are under U.S. sanction. They've been holding this thing for too long. They have come up with an agreement that based on everything, pay our money back. And recommend any company or anyone that willing to give our money back to take over. Liberia is now our country. We came to do business. The business cannot continue. Just get our money back. And the government agree with them. So what we are coming here to say, okay, good thing. From Georgia time to today, you're getting people money back. Let the government give them the $40 million back and let the government own it. Take it. Take our time to reassess the market and get involved as Liberian owned. Instead of taking 3% royalty, let's give people 3% and we take the rest of the money and build Liberia and build the southeastern region. What has done for the people in Nimba, Grand Bassa, Bon County that we're going to give another 25 years to another group of Indians to exploit our country? I mean, that's bad. They'll open our fellow Liberian eyes. We can do this. We can build this. We can build Liberia. We can make Liberia great again.
Yeah.
We shouldn't do it by backing. They're taking our gold and diamond, and with that, we're backing them. President Bwaga, it should be too. Only him 66 concession went through. He knew about concession. He knows that. 47 years in government experience. Like he fixed it. Not to be begging company to come say bring 60 million. What is 60 million? That these people will be going home with hundreds of millions of dollars and will be backing. We should fix this thing.
So I want to say two things here. But
now, we got 20 more minutes to go. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So there will be a need for us to look at the concession law because you quoted whether you're quoting a law that talks about 3%. If you mention 3%, then I suspect that you are quoting the concession laws. I think of 2003 or 2002 thereabout, or that talks about that. So there has to be a relook at that law. The other thing I want to talk about is this border thing. Every time we sit on the show, you talk about the border thing, which is very important. It's a very crucial national issue. But let's always bear in mind that the decision to pursue diplomacy in this particular border impasse is the best decision possible anywhere, any day, by any great leader who means well for his people. Do you expect the president will take the AFL that we have, take our army to go to the border to confront the Guineans? Certainly not. Because
ask the question and answer.
I want to. It's rhetorical.
I don't like rhetorical. I like to answer rhetorical, so I will answer by fire by force.
Okay, but so then
answer. But here's the issue, right? I think you guys saw.
I guess you have to learn.
No, you will not learn. Let's just allow you to crash in the air.
Since the date of John the Baptist, they've spoken of God suffer violent
taking my foes. And I think you guys saw in the seed of fear. No one Liberian should call for war. We have come a long way.
Absolutely.
No one Liberian should call for war. But Liberia deserves better. And you know why? A President Bwaga deployed the AFL soldier, whether 1 or 2,000. That's not the art of war. He deployed them on the soil, on Liberian soil. That's not the art of war. You guys sowing the seed of fear and weakness. You have to deploy them on Liberian soil. But you will roll with this thing and say, do not. We are not calling for war. Are you talking about diplomacy? You should be able to give the people some hope that the Guineans will not take that piece of land. This is wrong. When representative talk, you remove them. When senator talk, you will remove them because you're sowing the seed of fear.
I'm saying mid-air. I have not learned it yet. Don't forget that.
No.
You're in flight too.
Bring you down. You sowing the seed of fear and weaknesses. It's wrong.
You implied. Okay, so let me just finish my point. Stanton, that is how you think. The way it works in international relations, when you have the situation we have right now on the borderline, and you're pursuing diplomacy, look, you cannot answer gumbo diplomacy with another gumbo diplomacy. The path.
It look like what international.
Who told you that? Because you are in my major now, in my master's major now. What are you talking about?
Okay, so I beg you, wait for it. What kind of international school you want?
What are you talking about? America using gumbo diplomacy
on your own soil. Then you say that war. What make it war?
Okay, so when you are weak, you don't.
Nobody calling for war. Nobody calling for international war.
So what are you calling for then?
The president spoke. Since the president.
What are you calling for, Stanton?
Let me help you, wait for it. Since President Barker spoke, have you heard anything from any ministry, agency, joint security, anybody from the executive marshal or information to give us update as to what is happening at the border? Have you heard anything since the president spoke? I'm asking you, Brother Whitford.
I take that question as a rhetorical question. So
I'm asking you. I'm asking you that rhetorical. Yeah, I'm asking you, brother, please, that are rhetorical. Have you heard any ministers, agencies speaking on this issue since President Barker spoke? Have you heard anything from the National Security Joint Committee? Have you heard anything from information? Have you heard anything from the executive marshal? Have you heard anything from justice, from the police? Have you heard anything since President Barker spoke about the condition at the border?
So without admitting that
there you go.
Nothing has been said.
Inside the Kanyo blab. I mean, let that go, man.
No, but you like hypothetical things.
Let me say,
nothing has been said. Does that mean that nothing is happening?
I just asked you a straight up question.
Does that mean that solutions?
Have you heard any? No, but you got to answer the question. You got to answer the question. You have not heard anything.
But it does not negate the fact that
have you heard anything outside of the last time the president spoke?
At the point that is necessary for information.
Have you heard anything? Yes or no? Have you heard anything? Yes or no?
At the point when the government decides that it's necessary to give information to the public, it will release
information. So Wilfred, yes, my answer to Stanton's question. You talk about diplomacy. Diplomacy is the right thing to do, right? Everybody wants diplomacy. We don't want war. Gibson, I don't want one gun to fire even near me anywhere. But here is the problem. How far is the president of Liberia taking this case? The Guineans are still on the land. He went and met with Guinean president. He came back. There was no detailed discussion diverged to the Liberian people as to what was discussed, what agreement was reached, and then the people are still on the land. Your diplomacy, is it taking you to ECOWAS? Are you complaining Guinea to ECOWAS? Are you complaining Guinea to the AU? What are you doing about it? What step are you taking to get the Guineans out? Can you tell Liberians and made and say, you know what, my people, we went over there, we agreed that where they are, that their land, so let's just forget it, that their place. Or no, this land, we agree that this land is Liberia's land, and whatever that is being done over there, we are going to make sure from our side we ensure that anything that was done that was inappropriate will not be done again. Have you heard anything like that from any government sources? No, they sit down, they keep quiet, they keep the public keep guessing, we keep guessing, we keep wondering where are we going, and then where are we going? Where's the diplomacy? Nobody is asking Liberia to go fight. But what step is our government taking to get people out of our land?
No, but it's only been the one, and guys will give Vanny the last one here because Vanny in his truck, he ready to put up. But the only thing they want, people must keep quiet. Nobody must ask question. That's society Bush. Don't ask question. Right? Everybody must just be quiet. They think will die by itself. They think will go as far as election 2029. If you think that people will just keep quiet. And that's exactly what we need to talk about. While brother Vanny Psyche can be driving in his truck. Vanny, what kind of truck is that?
I will let you know later, Stanton.
No, I seen the document up there. I tried
No,
to
you
take
see, beyond that, I play the bed. Beyond that, I bed. And the one with
I'll let you know,
the two
I'll
cook
let you know
basket
more.
cabbage.
But let me say this. I'm sorry that my brother left. You know, Stanton.
Can you carry the
Huh?
camera around? See, let's see.
No, you're not saying it. No. But you know, Jeremy, I'm sorry that my brother left, my good brother
If you
and
had press
friend.
the camera small for us, they will get.
No, you not see that side. This side is classified. You can see it. So let me say this. You know, Stanton, you always ask me questions. So I will let the business ask you a question. You know, when I endorsed and supported President Joseph Newman Barker, I did not do so believing that he was going to run a perfect government, that he was going to solve all our problems in less than 3 years.
The message, Papa, running perfect government. Yeah,
I'm coming, yeah. I did not expect him to run a perfect government. And I did not expect him to run a government that was going to solve all our problems in 3 years. But Stanton, before January 22nd, 2024, so many things happened in 6 years under the CDC that prompted you and I to take an action to fight, and remove the CDC. So many things. I can go from drugs, I can go to security, I can go to corruption, I can go to international image, I can go to hardship. Stand down. I want you to look in the camera and tell me today that decision that prompted you to fight and remove the CDC government, are we today better off than we were before January 22nd, 2024, or are we in a worse condition?
No, you're not better.
You know, the question was Stanton.
Stanton plead the fifth.
No, I plead fifth. Nah, I would never plead fifth. Listen, I can never ever plead fifth. I love the bad question. Beautiful question. I want you to take your time and just your question only. Repeat your question. I want people to hear you, then I answer.
Thank you so much, Stanton. I stated, when I endorsed and campaigned for President Joseph Newman Barker, I did not do so believing that he will win and run a perfect government, a flawless government, a spotless government, a government that was going to change the country in 3 years. Tell like bringing to Washington, they were not my belief. But Stanton, before January 22nd, 2024, 6 years under the CDC government, so many things happened, from drugs, security, better international image, massive corruption in government. That thing prompted you and I, Stanton, to say, you know what, we are on the wrong path and we must make a change. And those things made you and I to start to fight, and we defeated the CDC government. Now I'm asking you, Stanton, those things that prompted you to support Joseph Newman Barker, are we today better off than we were before January 22nd, 2024? You meet there?
Thank you very much, Manny. Thank you. Let me meet you for me to get a very clear understanding, for you to understand me. Right, Gibson, listen, breaking people's homes and making them homeless, we are not better off. Taking jobs from the Liberian people and making them jobless, we are not better off. Not being transparent with the border issue, we are not better off. MedTech issue that we fought against and said MedTech was wrong, and President Barker promised to find a solution, recommendation was made, and the president have not acted upon MedTech, we are not better off. When we came to power, Marcos and Parcos brought us to power. When Prophet Key used to rain curses on everyone, we accepted it. But today, Prophet Key is in jail. To silence the freedom of expression and speech, we are not better off. And you know that, Vanisaki, we are not. Removing a speaker, putting the country on attention, burning down the Capitol building, under Joseph Newman Barker, we are not better off. SOE not contributing to the budget, and we don't know where the money going on all the SOEs in the country. We are not better off. Must I continue, Vanny? Must I continue? The situation at Kinjo, that people died in the hands of the Liberia National Police. That investigation is sealed today. We are not better off. The miracle $10 million that came and fell from heaven to build the project, Joseph Human Bwaka project, President Bwaka project in Foya, that no hidden take. We are not better off. But I continue removing people illegally from tenure positions and filling them up with our own people, believing that's the way to go. Brother, we are not better off. And I can give this to the Liberian people that will answer you. When you got interim drugs leadership at LDA, over 5 different interim leadership, that when money come through the border, they steal the money, allegation, no here, no there, no investigation. The increase in drugs in the country, we are not better off. So Vanny, we can do this all day. The president promised children not to be between cars, to sell, but to be in school. Go on the street today. We are not better off. JFK situation, clinics and hospitals across the country, and healthcare. Look how worse they are today. We are not better off. You want to ask me if we are better off? And you know what? I will say this to you. President Joseph Yema Bwaka got a lot to do. God is not making new land and kicking our Liberian people on the street. We are not better off. Going after Amara Kone, a sitting senator that you agree with, removing Yeke Koruba when he expressed himself, a representative, and you agree that it was right to do so, removing George from Mark Jabate. Brother, Unity Party is in trouble. We are not better off. So I would say,
thank you. You don't have to go further.
No, let me go further. Don't stop me now. Don't stop me now. Giving 25 years to Asala Mita for doing nothing for the Liberian people, our people still living in tent. You think we are better off? Why we will give them 25 years because they gave us $200 million for walking away with billions of dollars? Do you think we are better off? No, we are not. B Mountain? No, we are not. Western Cluster? No, we are not. CTN? No, we are not. So tell me something I don't know, and then I will tell you whether we are better off. So President Bwaka needs to do better. And that's the reason why we thought it was necessary to replace President Bwaka, right? To replace George Manawia with President Bwaka. And if this should continue, the Liberian people will replace President Bwaka. And that's the fact. We need to change course. We need to bring back the Liberia we know, sweet land of liberty, to rescue our country. We are not rescuing. I can go into the TIA agreement for LTA. I can go into the other agreement and that is shady agreement and let the Liberian people see. So we are not better off. Now I will rest with this, Gibson. Can we be better off? Yes. Is there still hope? Yes. Will that hope manifest to be a reality? Yes. But it all left with President Bwaka. So on this note, I hope I was able to answer your question, Vanny. And next time, don't look at me to ask me that question. Because
thank you, sir. Thank you.
I want to say thanks to all of you.
Oh, you're not going to no. I was here. I had my time.
Can I add up to Stanton? You want me to add up to Stanton?
No, Jerome, it will be the same format. Just leave it. Let me respond to you, Stanton. Just let me 10 seconds. Let me get 10 seconds, Stanton.
The 2,000 nurses that were promised To
Yeah.
be absorbed and not be absorbed.
I think just 1 minute, Senator.
Vanny will give you the last word. Let
Okay,
him see.
thank you.
Let listener Gibson will give you the last word. Gibson, go ahead.
Okay.
More than 2,000 nurses that were promised to be absorbed are still lingering. No pay, no absorption. They are knocking all over the place. This was a promise that they cannot allow the healthcare system to be in that manner. You have a government. How can we be better when the president does not care about the rule of law? When the president is butchering the rule of law, flouting Supreme Court opinion, even if it is glaringly said by the Supreme Court, and he wants to go with the decision that he feels is good. You remove people from tenure position and take the librarian money to pay them off just because you want to post somebody you want. So Stanton said a lot. Vanny, the issue that I just recognize your jumping ship. Everybody can jump ship. Politics is about interest. Even though I told people the other day, I say there are a lot of sedition we need to engage to reconsider their decision, because what they wanted in a new government, in a Joseph Boakai government, they can glaringly see that those things are not happening. So if you change, if you are married and you say your wife was not a good person and you wanted to divorce so badly because you found a new woman, and the woman come in the house, your wife now you should steal, but the woman now stealing all your things. She go to your bank account and steal your money and go give it to somebody else. And the woman is fighting now. While you sleeping, she wasting, she spilling water on you. Things that your old wife was not doing. You will feel like you regretted why you took the decision. And all of you, like you specifically, you are not just an ordinary sedition. You understood the struggle. You made a decision because of certain things. And I agree with you, people do that. But this government has failed us. Even in 3 years, they have not even got their loans. They have not even realized that they are failing us. They are still fighting themselves. They are still removing. Why Mike Jabate should be out of job? Why trick him into putting out of job? Why trick Mike Jabate by remove Mike Jabate from job by tricking him? Tell Mike Jabate we don't have job for you anymore. I think it's better than you have a situation where you trick him, create a position for him that he no longer, that does not exist, and he's all over the place. And the president knows about that and cannot take decision because that he's cussing or nephew. So he can't tell Yimani what you're doing, what is wrong. You're find a place for Yimani Jabate now. The general of the Western Belt, Yeke Koluba. And start to say a lot about Yeke Koluba.
I mean, the women say you might make an example on men, not on women. The testament.
Somebody says something. They did not go and tell, and they did not bring Guinean from there and say, sit down at your place. Guineans already there, they are still there. Speech. Because of speech.
We gotta go, guys. We gotta go. Thank you for using Vanny Saki 30 seconds. Dama, come on, let's start.
I knew that you were going to do. I expected it. I knew you guessing. I've been down the road. You said it didn't me before. I expected it.
Dama, let's go.
I didn't get guessing my time. You don't want me to come in and explain why I'm very happy that I made a decision, and I'm happy that I changed the government and we are better off today. We're not in a better position, but we are better off. I can name thousands of things that make us better off today, Senator. You know that.
Vanny, I'm happy for you, but Vanny Gibson, I use your time. That moment, man, come
All right. Yes, now we shall not tie the feature. Yes, now we shall time.
Buddy, thank you for your time.
All right, guess now we shall time in the feature too. I'll use your time.
the man, you Gibson used the man time. But that one, thank you very much, man. A wonderful show today. 11 or 10? Oh, they think at 10:30. I tell you what, 11:30, like, bro.
10:30, I award winning musician.
What's that?
You know 10:30, the man I award winning musician.
Oh yeah, my man, or how you call him? You call me 10:30. I laugh. You know, I got a text. You know, how you call him? What's our friend name? The late. Now we can say the late. Wow, the late. Joe Solo. He called me 10:30, Diamond, and I was like, who's 10:30? Before folks started sending me the picture and say, 10:30, the musician. I said, oh, okay. But he was talking about the gap, and I want to play this before I leave you, Diamond, right? I want to play this quickly. Let's just remember Joe Solo and some of his time. Diamond, I sent it to you. If you don't mind, can you please upload it?
It's gonna be difficult unless you do it from your side. I beg you. I've already.
Okay, so yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and do it right now. Just give me a few seconds. One of the famous style of Joe Solo on Spoon Talk, and I want to remind all of you, you will enjoy it. We want to leave you like that. We said a lot. I don't think next time Vanisaki will ask me those questions. Sometimes it's better you don't ask me than you ask me. Go and ask them what he will tell you.
The man had a question for you. Why should you bring it to me? Now your question.
No, I say you should go ask you how to ask me question next time. I'm no hold back. I don't hold back. But I want to say to all those of you watching us, this is our friend, our brother, the late Joe Solo. When he was on Spoon and he was firing on Spoon. I hope I'm getting this right. Dama, hold on 1 minute. I think this is it. It's coming up. So Dama, tomorrow you'll be interviewing the vice president. A lot to discuss. I can't wait, and I pray that what you guys gonna do, you'll give it your best shot. Okay, this is it. You'll give it your best shot for the better program tomorrow. Spoon will be. You guys carrying it on the radio, right, Dama?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's both TV and radio.
I'll answer that question later, but radio is confirmed.
If you're gonna call it again, he said, "Don't get me in trouble with Madam Titi." I don't get in trouble with Dama. Then when you one of the managers. Hey, Dama, some guys then somewhere in Grand Cape Mile, Bapalu, posting to be from Spoon. A lot of guys don't go in the Ryan saying they're from Spoon. My fellow librarian, those of you that follow us every day, let me be frank with you, man. Please, for the sake of God, if anybody said they're from Spoon, please reach out to the network, especially reach out to Dama, Nelson, Yekezi, the business office, Madam Titi. Dama has said this over and over. A lot of people impersonating Dama to be from Spoon. I don't know them. We don't know them. If anybody said they are from Spoon, just call Dama number. Call me. Call Nelson Colette. Call Yekezi. Right? Call the business office. Don't just believe them. They are not from Spoon. A lot of them, they are not from Spoon. So we got to do better, okay? I mean, let me play this in tribute to our brother, our friend. May his soul rest in peace. And I love this. Let me just play this. This is Joe Solo in his element.
You have sacrificed nothing for the party. You have used this institution to enrich yourselves. You are the guys who support George Weah with the corruption. You go to the central bank, you sign those checks. You are a truck driver in America. I brought you from the U.S. to Liberia and made you grievance committee chair. When you became grievance committee chair after your anger with George Weah, for which he did not want to see you, I reconcile you two issues and said, D12 come, we need you in this struggle. You came, you listened, you sold out, you went to Amaracon, and right now you work for Ellen. Some of the information that is even going for sanction committee is coming from you. We know who you are. You are the one who dished out Miguel because you have a competition with him about controlling George Weah. Don't come on this show and put up any minister of finance posture. When I knew you, you had nothing. To me, who you are is someone who came from nothing and decided to join the bandwagon to steal from the Liberian people. When you call me a disruption and you say George Weah ascendancy to leadership today has nothing to do with my advocacy. We have 6 other Liberians here, except for Key Asan Guinea. Those Liberians will tell you that our George Solo, my standing up against Madam Salif, my standing up against the UP, my having principles, made CDC what it is today. The discussion we are having about where CDC is going, where sanctions are being imposed, where you have the audacity to tell me that we are having economic growth, that Liberia is growing, when a foreign nation is imposing sanctions on you. When you D12 who own things that you could never imagine you will own, because when the president said, I want 25 million, you care to you take out your own affair. I'm telling you something today. You can make all your big name. You can go to your Sakamo tree. You are very good with language. You can take respect Magalo. You can take respect me. But there's a day you D12, you will stand on in corruption code. All that money where you're stealing, all the big English where you're speaking, you will speak it to judges because you will not go free. George Weah will not go free. Our dream that was stolen, our revolution that was stolen, our people that are suffering, you will pay for it. So you can come and say, oh man, Mr. Minister, when I knew you, you couldn't even afford a car. And you want to now only show that when you came for the campaign, who rented a car for you and who paid for it? You never even had transit to wear.
Thank you, John Solo. Thank you.
The Bagalo will tell it to you.
Thank you, John Solo. Thank you, Solo. So that's John Solo, straight up, fearless. We want to say yes. I mean, his interaction with Samuel Twain during the election time. This is not about confirming anything. I'm just trying to, remember my friend, John Solo. Yeah, I get another one when he and Akaris Gray went at it, and this is very, very interesting. Let's watch.
The loudest person in the room is not necessarily the smartest.
Back off, man.
No, man, you back off. You little kid. Who are you to be telling people to back off?
I have
you just take the platform. You can't explain Akaras. No, you can't even explain your own explaining. You can't even tell the difference between policies. No, let Akara tell the difference between policies, laws, rules, and implementation. He doesn't even know. He just set it down to say, we the thieves in the house, we are the only one who make laws to empower ourselves. You know, a thief like you who got married in Paris, you're not going to overwhelm us with your consciousness. It's your own guilt that is allowing you to overtalk. It's a statutory body that have the right to put policies in place like the attorney is telling you. You'll be a lot smarter if you just listen. If you just listen, you'll be a lot smarter. Your main issue is you talk too much and you don't listen. What she's saying is explaining the difference between policies, laws, rules, and where they fit into each category. We all as Liberians have the right to challenge what we challenge. It doesn't mean that we are right. Akara, what are policies? What are policies? What are rules? You know what? Yeah, my man. You know what? It's just so sad that even after years in power, you refuse to graduate. You are still unable to have the reason you're moving because you were all illiterate and unable to move a platform related to institutions. Look at a sitting lawmaker cannot even allow someone on a platform to explain themselves. She makes a point. She makes a point. You don't even. How can you be a lawmaker? You don't even have the ability to listen. Now, why the
And
people
never
in your
law.
district, pooping you on the street. You getting married in Paris because you can't listen. Your ear is clogged with power and your ear is clogged with greed. On a simple show, you cannot allow other Liberians to give their views. You overshadow
That's one of the
everything
reasons why we
because you
employ you
have
because you know
limited
nothing.
Akaros.
Because
It's
you
just so
lie by your
sad.
degree. You lie by your education. That's why we expel you from CDC. You are nobody.
That's so,
You just solo,
see
you are
the
a
job I
baby.
have. You know the
We
scrutiny
expel
I
you
go
not just
through.
because discussing. You lie by your education.
It's like you expel someone from your insanity. You expel someone from your insanity. Look at you. You can't defend your government. You can't defend the theft. You can't defend the robbery that you are doing on Liberian people. Akara Gray, how much will not save you? How much will not save you? You are disgraced. You are disgraced to lawmaking. You are disgraced to CDC. No how much can save you. Look at you. When I met you, you are looking at fuller men. You are looking at fuller men. Look at you today riding on a $9,000 car. You ready to make big mouth. But we the Liberian people will stand up to you. We the Liberian people will stand up to you. Whether you the CDC thief or you who. We the noise what you making, how noise you making. All your properties will be seized.
In 2013.
It doesn't matter.
So I make money in Nigeria. Let them go. I pay you.
Money, Akara, I pay your rent. I took wash from my hand. I give it to you. You are a little kid. Don't let stealing fool you. You never been to work in your life. You never been to work in your life. You never pushed 8 hours in your life. That vacation you talking about in Ghana, I wasn't vacationing. I was working. I had an international job with Opportunity International. This is the naivety. I'm a private citizen. You are a lawmaker. Look at your output. Your district must be disgraced. People who are in your district expelled from what?
Why you not expelled?
What was the process? Expelled from what? From what? Expelled from what? Do you even understand your own party constitution?
Why you not expelled?
Do you have the right to expel chairman? Do you have the right to expel chairman? You know your party constitution?
Man, that was the passage time on Spoon, Dama. Listen, 2023 election is coming back, but we said to the family of George Solo, may so rest in peace. We stand with you guys in mourning, and we wish the family God's strength for real. But great time those days, fighting for the cause, believing in what he was fighting for. And it's look that somebody told me, said, man, George Solo prophesied. There were prophecy. If you take your time and listen, he said a lot of stuff. Now, some of it happening today, right, Dama? But again, I just couldn't believe it, the passing of George Solo. But I wish the family well.
Yeah, you just said it. We're on the call that morning. I still remember the time. It was after 2 a.m. You usually don't call me, odd hours. But when you did and I answered the phone, we had to hold back out of respect for the family, out of ethical journalism, to hold back and let the family hear for themselves. And it was a tragic moment when it was explained. You had to put the family on the call, and it wouldn't have been nice that the family would have found out from our medium. We had to talk about that, and many people don't know this side of you. Yeah, sometimes you want to break the news, but you do listen a lot as well. So we had to go through that. Our condolences to the family. The family had to be aware. They confirmed the tragic news. We waited and waited and waited and waited, and we finally, put the news out there. But we knew already from the back. Peace be unto his ashes. All we can make for ourselves, our name. When we are gone, that's what we'll be remembered for. That's why they say good name is better than riches or silver and gold, whatever they say it is. He made his name, irrespective of whatever agreement or disagreement you have with him. I remember my first encounter with him was way back. I was a student in Ghana in 2010. Okay. They were looking for people to bring to Liberia as poll watchers. And we were Liberian students at the time. And they engaged us, but I turned that opportunity down because I didn't want to be involved in politics, but I listened to him speak, and he will cajole you, with the way he spoke, and he was fearless. We pray that God consoles his family. It also speaks to the fact that we need better healthcare in our country. That people will always want to leave, to go and get medication and get treatment somewhere else. I listened to the fellow who narrated what transpired. All I could think about was, why aren't we investing in serious healthcare in this country? Even if the government is not doing so, what are we looking at as private so-called Liberian millionaires and the rest? If you have a specialist hospital in Liberia where you can fly in specialist doctors once or twice a year, it's going to make a difference. And we see this happening a lot. People will be panicking and they'll fly out of the country, and the rest of the story is history. Many of those people will leave and come back in cargo boxes, and the rest is because, unlike our counterparts in other countries who get yearly physical and all those things, we are not privy to these things in Liberia. It's part of our suffering in this country. So condolences to the family. We pray God consoles them, but we also need to start looking at where we've been slipping and how we can be able to solve those things. But for Liberia, we have a long way to go, and we hope and pray that this change will come somewhere, somehow. But yeah, I felt bad. I've been feeling bad throughout, but it is what it is. To each his
Yeah.
own.
To tell you the truth, that's how it is. Joe Sudo and myself used to argue a lot,
Yeah.
for and
I see
against.
you fighting the tears, but you can't hold
Nah,
it.
we used to argue a lot, argue fearlessly. But when I call, he pick up, and when he called, I pick up. He disagreed with the white gentleman that came on the show, and assertion upon him, and we're talking about, we stay fight. But something, he never hold back. He fought to believe what he believed, and same year, and like you said, we reached out to Peter Soto, his brother, and I can't forget his brother. He said, "What? Stand on what? Stand on what?" And you took heart. So to all of you out there, we just got to keep on pushing. We have to keep on pushing, because this too will make Liberia better. Don't fall in for the quick stomach infrastructure. Just go for it for a better Liberia, because we all will leave this earth. But what are we leaving back? What would be our legacy? How can we change one individual? How can we change a country? How can we change a district? How can we change a county? It's so important for us to just try. And I believe that's what Joseph always yearn for.
Yeah, and you started the show by joking me about waking up at 3 a.m. to go out there at BTC. And my little brother came visiting prior to me coming on the show, and he asked me, he said, "Baby T," I said, yeah. So when you go out there, you get anybody with you to protect you, or you just go alone? So, out of fear for the times that we be out and all this kind of stuff. So I told him, I said, most of the time, I go alone, but sometimes I go with people. To see Liberians braving the element, sleeping in the cold. Someone was driving by and they sent me a picture. And when I woke up, I saw the picture, so what happening at this time? And then I drove there, Many of them spoke about love for the country, which is true. You must be patriotic. But it is the employment opportunity, the desperation to have something doing. When a man or a woman doesn't have anything doing, that dignity is taken away. You don't have respect. In most cases, you don't even have a choice. That dignity, your dignity is taken away if you cannot make ends meet. You wake up in the morning, you think about what will you eat? What will you drink? How is your day going to look like? The Maslow theory of needs tells all your basic needs you cannot afford. Whereas they mention patriotism, the need to be
So
used.
let me hold you there real quick, Damon. So you are saying that people just wake up in the morning and go back to bed, nothing happening.
See you.
Mothers and fathers, parents just wake up in the morning and nothing.
You know, and I know that you know the answer to that particular question. You do know the answer. It's vivid, it's there. Where's the means? When we put up graduates every year, we can't get jobs. It's a risk to the country. Let's be honest. When you can afford to some extent, and the rest of your community is in abject poverty, is a risk and a threat to you. So where is it? That's why you find out every government will campaign on the fact that economic empowerment. There's a difference in economic growth and development. A country can have development, but it cannot experience economic growth.
So tomorrow is Monday.
People are destitute.
So tomorrow is Monday.
Tomorrow is Monday. Go and watch that process.
I hope you can put your team on the field.
Yeah, the team will be out there. We will follow the protocols to showcase that. But that's what motivated me to go out there.
Yeah, you're right.
3 a.m.
I heard some of the people saying nothing to do. From somebody said it from outside of Monrovia. The people are saying,
you know, they divide the country into regions for this recruitment. So
how many folks they're looking at to recruit?
According to the AFL circular, if I'm spot on the number, they're looking to increase the military strength. You know,
by how many? 1,000, 2,000?
They said they only said the targeted number in terms of the strength to somewhat an estimated at about 5,000. Okay. So, and you listen to the president when he spoke, he said recruitment somewhere around 500 to 600 a year, thereabout. Yeah. So if you do that math, that's what they're looking to do. So as per the division into regions, even if they are taking on an estimate 1,000 personnel to be recruited, they all cannot come from Monserrado, Margibi, and Grand Bassa as a region. They'll have to be cut across the entire regional divisions, from the northern to the western to the southeast and to the southern. So if there are 4 regions, they'll have to divide that number as per the 4 regions or how they want to do it. But all of those people who are sleeping in the cold, a minute number will be recruited unless it's changed. And similar happened in Ghana recently. When they did their recruitment, those who went to apply, there were so many, and those that were selected were so small. The president of Ghana, Mahama, had to come out and say they should increase the number. And it's not just about passion. It's about getting something stable to do.
And again, and that's why we will fight for Putu Mountain, another place that can bring in a lot of jobs. And I like what you did last night. Was good. Thank you, you and your team. We got to fight for this Putu Mountain. The country have to own it, and we have to talk about job creation in that direction. But for $60 million to give it away, it requires for a lot of questions, and so many people in Grand Jude. Now they're going to be using the sound of port. You're talking about the southeastern region. It's just not adding up. But we hope that the government can look, and that's why for me, I will speak on it continuously, and we'll be here again tomorrow to talk about it. I really want to say, go ahead, Damo.
You know, I went to Putu with a team, and
you got some of the videos to show.
I help from Grand Jude. And so it's dear to me as well. And when we went to Putu, look, see you. Let me start with the whole B Mountain stuff. Going to B Mountain I don't know how many folks have watched that Indian movie. It's called Three Idiots. There are three friends, they went to college together, and there's a particular friend of theirs. Whenever the movie scene goes to his residence, it goes into black and white because his own poverty is beyond poverty. So it goes into black and white. That's how it looks like when you go to B Mount, when you go to King Jaw and the villages around. It's all black and white. And then when you enter that fence, it's color. When you get out, it's black and white. And I asked myself as we were leaving, this is where the billions and billions of dollars coming from. And you cannot point to a single concrete structure from the junction all the way to the fence. So purple horses and everything. And this is where billions of dollars leaving from. The road is not paved. Somewhat there's some pavement, then the road spoiled, then pavement, then compacted. And that place is producing billions and billions of dollars. And when I went to Putu, the closest town to the mountain is called Tiaman's town. They don't even have a clinic. They don't. They don't have a high school. The kids have to walk approximately 1 hour, 30 minutes. If you want to pursue higher education, to go to the next village to get higher education. So the town is empty. Most of the guys have gone to CVR to go mine gold using the artisanal methods. And that whole region is destitute.
Go back to the school issue. Let me hear you. You said they have to walk how many hours?
There is no high school in Tiaman's town. The town that you can be in, you be looking at the mountain. The kids, according to the town chief, who's a female, and others we spoke to, they have to walk 1 hour, 30 minutes to leave. Because the only school that are like elementary school. No clinic. So if you want to access healthcare, you have to walk again. Another 1 hour, 30 minutes distance. That is the level of destitution. And that is just a tip of the iceberg of what responsibility and what trust these people are putting in this government to negotiate a good deal on their behalf.
What are going to happen when we are looking at Asalamita? You went there, Damo. You went there before, and you saw the way they're living in Nimakante. You're talking about Putu Mountain, and you're talking about B Mountain. We're talking about the clusters area. It's bad. The way in which we go into negotiation, like we are beggars. That's the problem. We own those natural resources. We own the land. It's called Liberia land in Liberia. But we go into those agreements begging. And that's what we're about to see with Putu.
And that is my angle tomorrow with the vice president. That's my angle. I'm interested in Vice President Kun telling the Liberian people what are they going to do different for this concession.
But Damo.
What?
No.
How?
Damo, you maybe I will not watch your interview tomorrow. Just what you just said, I won't watch it. You're gonna ask. I want to Liberian people to hear this, because now you're my second on the plow. President, what he going to do differently with Putu? When we just did the show, and we saw them giving Asara Mita 25 years, without holding Asara Mita responsible for the passing.
Let the vice president explain, and he will be on record. We have been negotiating.
Right? I agree, right?
Yeah.
We are where we are. We just gave Asara Mita a brand new 25 years. That didn't test yet. But look at the condition Grand Bassa, Bon County, and Nima County faced with. Billions of dollars. Ask how much within the first 25 years, how much Asala Mita have made. But we clap our hand when they get up 200 million.
This is the thing, right?
Let's talk about the cluster, the Western cluster. Let's talk about the B Mountain that the vice president want to visit. They put in here gold worth $3 million.
But I was sitting right there.
Yeah, you were there, your hands shaking. Then you come to ask him what you going to do differently. Hey, damn it.
That experience from B Mountain. That experience from B Mountain, the vice president, as Bangura said, was physically distraught. You could see the man's face, everything drop in astonishment or disgust or whatever it was. I want to ask Vice President Kun tomorrow, with your experience at B Mountain, all of the hula baloo, the noise,
you put me a question on that for the melody people, right?
We're having a discussion, and whatever answer he gives tomorrow is going to be on a record that Liberian people are going to take and run with and hold him accountable to.
And Dama, I respect you. You going to ask the hard question. I respect those that will be asking questions. But I can say to you, I will agree with you on this one point. The vice president either going to make or break himself tomorrow. But he promised to go around and folks network will interview him, not the government network. But I would say to you, he either going to make himself tomorrow or break himself tomorrow. The Liberian people ain't stupid anymore, Damo.
No, they're not.
The people have come to realize that government official politicians use them and abuse them. Then after 6 years, they go back to beg them. You cannot use and abuse a woman and then you go back and beg her again and say, can't give me another 6 years in marriage. That will stop. This is wrong. And we look forward to a beautiful interview, Dama. We are so happy that you guys
I've just been asking myself.
So, ladies and gentlemen, from 8 a.m. tomorrow to 10 a.m., Dama Slanger will be in the house representing the Spoon Network on Super ELBC Morning Show, right? Interview with Jeremiah Kuhn, and the Vice President has promised to make a regular round. I will do a one-on-one with him here on this network, and I'm telling you, you will enjoy it. But we chose Kevin Demain, Clarence Jackson, Emmanuel Colette, I think that's the name, Colette or Cully. Sorry, I'm not saying the last name. Cully. And our own Dama Slanger tomorrow. You should turn 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Of course, the 8 a.m. will be our 4 a.m. here in America, Eastern Time. Some other places, it will be your 3 a.m. or your 5 a.m. So whatever your time zone is, try to catch up. It will be a wonderful interview with Jeremiah Pancum. And we will be running with that on our show tomorrow on Spoon Talk. Everything he said, we will hold him accountable, but I can guarantee you the Puto Mountain issue is a serious issue. Should the government pay the $40 million and own it? Or should the government back again for an Indian company to come and pay 40 or 60 and then make billions of dollars and put our people in the bush to sleep on the floor and drink dirty water, and there will be no healthcare system? They will come up with all the lies. Right now, President Bwaka have the power to cancel all concessions because those people, they are not living up to what they promised, what they signed within the MDA. Western Cluster, Clenjo, whatever you call them, B Mountain, Hummingbird, China Union, I come back for the formula, and they're lying to the people. Everything they agreed to do, they are not doing it. So the power is in the president to call them back and renegotiate or cancel them. Let them go sue us. People say that our high concession work, but they made promise that they would do X, Y, and Z for the Liberian people, and they are not doing it. You will sit down to defend, and our country is being, if I say this, maybe
no,
just
don't say that particular word. Let you end the show.
Chief Justice Wilson will call me. Yeah, I almost say because I think I'm a Chief Justice Wilson. I say I want him to call me. That Diamond, thank you very much. It's been a good show. See you guys tomorrow.
All right,
Just
Chief, have a wonderful afternoon or night, whatever the time is at your end. So, folks, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Those of you who've been listening across the various radio outlets in Liberia, we will be back here on tomorrow with another edition of the Spoon Talk, 8:30 p.m. local time, and whatever time it will be at your end. My name is Diamond Slanger on behalf of the entire production team. It's a wrap from our end, and do catch the interview tomorrow, and you can rest assured we will do our best, as we do professionally always, to ask the hard questions and to get the right answers for the Liberian people. Have for yourselves a wonderful night. Those of you in Liberia, good day to you wherever you are. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, right at the South.
I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. I'm gonna tell you what is happening.